Last time y'all saw me playing this game, I got my ass whooped by Glass Joe. Let me get him out of here real quick.
You are now listening to
What you gonna do with it? What you gonna do? Oh! Bro, I suck at this game, bro.
You are now listening
Let's go.
to
Oh, get out of the way. Yeah, what you want? What you want? What you want? Give him the business. To the body. It's them bud body shots. Yeah. Look at that left. Look at give him the left. I'm on southpaw. I'm on southpaw. I'm on southpaw. Southpaw. Uh-oh. Yeah, I got my mojo back now. Y'all saw me lose to this fool a couple months ago. We ain't going like that. Yes, sir. I'm going all the way to Mike. Let me see, man. Go. Come on, let's go. Oh, how you move? I'm tired. No, hey, bro, I ain't about to get. Hey, come on, man. I can't move. Oh, got him. Come on. Oh, what you gonna do? What you? Oh, how you move? Oh, not another one. I can't. Oh, I'm about to. Hey, bro, I'm about to get knocked out by Glass Joe. Hey, it ain't so. Tell me something, Doc. Tell me something. Stick it, move, man. Stick it, move. Shit. This fool got one win in his whole entire career. He trying to get number 2 on me. He ain't going like that, bro. Come on, man. Come on. What you gonna do about it? Give me the business. Yeah, let's go. Uh-oh. Got him. Uh-oh. What that mean? What you about to do? Oh, miss me to the body. I'm about to hit his body like Hagler. I'm like Hagler. Get off me. Uh-oh. Got him. Yeah. We going to the ship, man. Somebody go get Mike, man. Somebody go get Mike. Uh-oh. One more time. What you? Oh, you missed me, bruh. Yeah. How you do the super punch? I forgot how to do the super punch. Let's go. Oh, he rocked my ass. Get up, brother. Get your ass up. Come on, man. We ain't losing this Glass Joe, man. Come on. Let's go, man. We can't lose to this dude. Up to the body. Oh. Get off. Oh, I'm tired. Get off me. Yeah. Hitting his body like Hagler. Look at that. We gonna work that gut. We gonna work the gut like Pacquiao gotta do Barrios. Yeah. That's a knockout. He ain't getting up. Stay down. Oh, he up on 2. Nah, son. Uh-oh. To the body. How you do the super punch? Uh-oh, super punch. Oh, dang, how you do the super punch? Do the super punch. Oh. Hey, we battling. I'm battling with Glass Joe. Hey, he got my eye closed, his eye closed. Hey, listen, when he won in 99, I gotta get my first win. Oh, man. All right, come on, man. We ain't losing to Glass Joe. We both knotted up. We both got closed eyes. How you gonna curve? Let's go. Uh-oh. Got him. What you gonna do with it? Oh, come on. Chance, dude. Uh-oh. Got him. To the body. Or to work it like Lynn. Oh, shit. Get out of here. To the body. Hey, he ain't getting up from that, man. Can't get up from a body shot, bro. Them don't sit with you. They sitting with, oh, damn. One more. He ain't got that much energy. One more, all he want. What you gonna do? Oh, body. Oh, gotcha. I'm tired. No. Oh. I can't move, bro. Bro, he ain't knocked me out. Get up. Get your ass up. Next man go down, we ain't getting up. Uh-oh. Nah, I ain't going like that, shawty. I can't lose in front of the people, man. Can't lose in front of the people. Get your ass out of here. Stay down. 1, 2, 3, high. Yeah, 6. Oh, damn. How you keep getting up? Oh, got him. Got his ass, thank goodness. Now he can't get up from that one, bro. Come on, man. He get up from that one, I'm done. TKO, bruh. Thank you, Mario. Get out of here. Get his ass out of here. Scoop his ass up with a spatula and get his ass up out of here, fight fans. I don't play. You know what I'm saying? Now, if I recall from the last time I played this game, I struggled with Mike Tyson. This time around, I had to go take it all the way back to Glass Joe and get my dub back. Next time we do this, we going back to Mike Tyson. You know what I'm saying? Salute to you all, man. Much love to the fam, man. Coming on through off the early. I needed that to wake me up, fight fans. I needed that to wake me on up. You know what I'm saying? So much love. Much love. Let me get this music down. Sorry about that. Turn this music down, man. Yeah. So, I got through Glass Joe, bro. Hey, I ain't played that game in years, man. So I'm rusty, man. You know what I mean? So anybody who probably laughing me out like, yo, this fool struggling on Glass Joe, hey, miss me with that shit, bro. It is what it is, man. You know what I mean? I ain't played that game in 20 years. You know what I mean? But shoot, I love me some Tyson Punch-Out, man. They need to bring that back, man, and enhance it for the newer generation. And I don't know, instead of calling it Mike Tyson Punch-Out, maybe we do a Terrence Crawford Punch-Out. Would say, yeah. I think that works for me. They need to do that, though. Like, I mean, I know we all waiting on the new fight night, and, you know, that other one just came out not long ago. But, dog, we need a punch-out style joint. And I don't mean, like, with all modern-looking stuff. Like, take it back to the old look, you know, like the retro look. And put, like, Terrence Crawford, and put some modern fighters in there. Like Terrence Crawford, Tank Davis, you know what I'm saying? Put some cats like that. Drop Deontay Wilder in there, Manny Pacquiao. Put them on a punch-out game, man, and that shit will be litty than a titty, man. But good morning, man. Happy Saturday out there, fight fans, man. Thought I'd just drop on through early, pop on. I'm normally not on this early, but I had time this morning, and I'm well rested, so I say why not? You know what I'm saying? Get this out the way early, and then we're going to come on back and enjoy the fights later, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's like, you know, I wanted to get on here and talk a weekly boxing wrap-up yesterday, but due to some technical difficulties, I have to, you know, get in where I fit in, fight fans. So here we are. Much love to everyone that catches this live. Major salute to everyone that catches this on the playback. We got a ton of boxing news out here, bro. I mean, boxing is popping. Boxing is going, growing, and glowing, man. And I say this is good, bro. We in a really, really good place with the sport of boxing right now. Turkey Al-Sheikh is kicking over rocks, kicking over boulders. And yeah, man, doing a lot of right things in the sport of boxing and got boxing really, really popping. But I also noticed that Turkey Al-Sheikh is also starting to distance itself from certain people too. And this is very interesting, man. Got quite a few stories out here of Turkey Al-Sheikh like, hey, I ain't got nothing to do with that. That's on them. They're on their own, you know what I mean? And I actually like, you know, some of the decisions that he's making, and I think it's a good thing, man. I like where we at, man. So let's get to running through some of these topics. Lord knows, man, we got so much going on around the sport, and you know, today is fight day, man. We got some major cards going on tonight. Looking forward to seeing the return of the great Manny Pacquiao in the house. Pacquiao back on deck, looking to make history, man, and do it in a whole nother era again, fight fans. Again, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we definitely going to talk about that. Daniel Dubois versus Alexander Usyk, their rematch going down tonight. And let's just straighten this out from the jump. Let's start with that first and foremost. Let's straighten this out from the jump, bro. Yesterday, we were talking a little bit about how much money was going to be involved in this fight. And salute to my main man, Thinkers Think, first on deck. Good to have you on deck this morning, Thinkers Think. Yo, man, it's real talk. This fight, it's being reported that this fight has an investment of over $200 million, fight fans. Let me read this straight from I'm reading from Talk Sports here. $203.5 million fight purse for Usyk and Daniel Dubois. So the numbers that someone came out with yesterday, because we were wondering, was this going to stick? It was true, fight fans. Usyk making, 50-something million for this fight? This is crazy numbers. Crazy numbers. Daniel Dubois, walking away with damn near 50 million? This is crazy, dog. So, hey, look, man, it seems as if that Turkey Al-Sheikh is certainly paying how he weigh. We know it's going to be 90,000 folks out there in Wembley Stadium to go in and see this fight right here, man. This is an incredible matchup on UK soil. The two top heavyweights perhaps in the world, arguably in the world, Oleksandr Usyk versus Triple D, Daniel Dubois. We know the first time around, Daniel Dubois lost to Oleksandr Usyk. Oleksandr Usyk dropped Daniel Dubois with a freaking jab, fight fans. With a jab, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing about when you face a Oleksandr Usyk, man. That fight, especially for today's heavyweights, it always comes down to a fight of attrition. If you a big, muscular dude, you know what I mean, and you give off too much against Oleksandr Usyk, those championship rounds in the second half of that fight is going to be a nightmare for you. Usyk is a fighter who does similar to what his guy Vasyl Lomachenko does, you know, almost like a death by 1,000 cuts, little, you know, chip away shots until he finally kind of softens you up enough, and then he lowers a good boom, and that's kind of how it goes, you know, for Oleksandr Usyk, and he's athletic, so he's really, you know, tough to deal with, and yo, he's moving up to the heavyweight division, and he's not only beating these dudes, but he's stopping these dudes. We talking about a heavyweight that stopped Oleksandr Usyk, a heavyweight that stopped Jarrell Big Baby Miller, a heavyweight, I said Jarrell Big Baby Miller, I'm sorry, that stopped Oleksandr Usyk. We talking about, it's still early, fight fans, so excuse me, I'm getting my names mixed up. We talking about a fighter that stopped Daniel Dubois. We talking about a fighter that, you know, that got in there and hurt Tyson Fury several times. So he's not only getting in there and like chipping away and beating these dudes on athleticism, like, dog, he's actually beating these dudes. You know what I'm saying? Now, is he doing like one shot knockouts like a lot of heavyweights that we known in the past? Nah, he ain't that kind of fighter. It's all about fundamentals with Oleksandr Usyk, footwork, you know, angles, boxing IQ. And, bro, this dude has been doing some just legendary shit in the sport of boxing, bro. Undisputed in a couple weight classes, of course. Formerly undisputed at cruiserweight, now currently undisputed at heavyweight, lineal champion in 2 weight classes. Oleksandr Usyk is a hands-down first ballot Hall of Famer. We need to enjoy him while he's here. I can honestly sit here and say that he hasn't been maybe my favorite fighter throughout of his career, but he is one of those kind of fighters that has earned my respect. I love what he's done. Don't get me wrong. Everything from the World Boxing Super Series, all the way down, man. I love everything that he's done. It's just that the fact that I've always, you know, we have a certain makeup for heavyweights. We want our heavyweights to get in there cracking, you know what I mean? And that was always my attitude at the heavyweight division. So when Usyk got up in that joint, like chipping people away and doing all of this, like super boxing, you know what I mean? It's like, dog, I at first I was like, I don't know if I'm feeling that. But over time, I mean, it worked. He's winning. And you got to give him full credit, you know what I'm saying? And salute to Oleksandr Usyk, man, for the work that he's put in through the years. Once again, first ballot Hall of Famer, legendary fighter. I don't include him on pound-for-pound list, mainly because he's moved up to the heavyweight division. But if he was still down at cruiserweight, without a doubt, he'd be, you know, top 3 pound-for-pound on my list, without a doubt. So, I mean, I respect him, man. I got a ton of respect for him and everything that he's done. He's still got a couple names out there, though. I wouldn't mind seeing him fight. And let me check these boxing rankings out real quick, man. Because one thing that I was really interested in is what's going on with Joe Parker, man. How Joe Parker just keep getting overlooked when Joe Parker out here putting in all of this work. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just a little curious about that, just to kind of see how did they see Joe Parker is the WBO interim champion. I put it right here on your screen, fight fans. He is the WBO interim champion. He's another fighter that's earned my respect over time, and I respected the route that he's been doing. He's been putting in a ton of work. Real spill, bro. So Joe Parker, I think, honestly deserved his shot versus Oleksandr Usyk as the interim champion. It's really messed up that, I mean, don't get me wrong. Daniel Dubois did have an injustice done to him in that first fight with that body shot, and, you know, they got that wrong, in my opinion. So, yeah, he definitely deserves his rematch based off them getting it wrong with that body shot. I listened to Oleksandr Usyk in a face-off, and Usyk says, listen, I could have got up. If I thought that the ref was going to count and actually treat it as a knockdown, I would have got up. But we don't know that. We just don't know that, fight fans. The way he was rolling around on that ground, it almost looked like he got hit with a BB gun. You know what I mean? Like, I honestly don't know that he makes it back to his feet if the ref treats that as a legitimate knockdown and starts to do a proper count. I don't know that, bro. It looked like he ain't had no win in that moment, man. He was rolling around on the ground, and look here, fight fans, say what you want. I went through it a million times at this point. The shot was legit. It was right on the button. Right on the button. And yeah, man, that shot, unfortunately, once again, it never came afterwards, and it didn't really land before. That was the one moment in that fight that Daniel Dubois could have, would have, and should have capitalized on if it wasn't taken away from him. You know what I mean? So for that reason, I definitely understand Daniel Dubois getting his rematch in this fight. It's only but right. I love to see boxing justice being served and shit. You know what I mean? So that's good stuff. But however, I'm not going to overlook the fact that once again, Joseph Parker has been putting in a ton of work. And Joseph Parker, honestly, the Joseph Parker-Usyk matchup would intrigue me just a little bit more. You know what I mean? I like what Adji Caballel is doing too, man. Real spill. But these new blood heavyweights, guys like Caballel, guys like Moses Itama, guys, Joseph Parker ain't really new blood, but got a new resurgence, if you will. These heavyweights are a bit intriguing to me, even if you throw in Michael Hunter. The reason being because these are some somewhat athletic heavyweights. These guys can move and box. And these are the kind of fights that I'm wondering how Usyk will deal with. You know, a lot of people had this thing about Oleksandr Usyk when he first came up, like, hey, it's going to take a destroyer to get him up out of the division. Somebody that's big, somebody that's large, throwing their weight around, corner him, hurt him. You know what I mean? But that's been tough for a lot of heavyweights to do. Tyson Fury is the biggest heavyweight of them all, and he couldn't do it. And he's more so a boxing heavyweight, you know what I mean? But he couldn't throw his weight around on Oleksandr Usyk. It was easier said than done. We've always said if Deontay Wilder got in there with Oleksandr Usyk, he'd line him up with that right hand and get his ass up out of there. One good right hand, but it's clearly not that easy to just land that on Oleksandr Usyk. And we've seen fighters like, I don't know, like I think he get in there with Dirk Chisora and Chad Witherspoon. These dudes, they wanted to rush him. They wanted to run at him and go at him. And their strategy proven to not be successful against Oleksandr Usyk. And when they start to rush him, it may show some minor, success early on in the fight. But as the fight goes on, Usyk kind of gets that shit down and they get tired and it's a wrap. They're tired. Usyk ain't as tired. You've been trying to rush him. And now he's just chipping your ass away and you can't even really defend yourself. So it's like, bro, he's kind of been dealing with these supposed destroyers or guys that want to throw the weight around on him because he's supposed to have been the small guy moving up. But his speed, his boxing IQ, his athleticism has proven to be a big difference between him and a lot of these heavyweights, even with Daniel Dubois, you know what I mean? And that's why I believe that even in tonight's rematch, Daniel Dubois ain't got shit coming. You know what I'm saying? I think Daniel Dubois still loses badly to Oleksandr Usyk. Once again, in the first fight, Usyk stopped him in 8 or 9? Stopped him in 9. So he stopped him in 9 that first time around. And dropped his ass with a jab, and he just could not even recover from that shit. It was a hard jab, but he couldn't even really recover from that shit, man. And so I just think that we get a little bit of the same here. Now, Daniel Dubois, don't get me wrong, man. He's seeming like he got a full head of steam. Like, he don't even want to talk about the past. Like, the past didn't even happen. He's approaching this fight with a clean sheet of paper. Whenever he's asked about the body shot, he don't want to talk about it. Whenever he's asked about, what did Usyk do in the first fight or what he didn't do, he don't want to talk about it. And I can understand that, you know what I mean? Because Daniel Dubois, as of recent times, he's been on a resurgence in his career. And it's like he's probably really, really believing in his new version of himself, if you will. You know what I mean? Rocking over there with Don Charles, right? And he's just feeling very, very confident. So it's like, ever since his loss to Oleksandr Usyk, and it's right here on your screen for those who want to check it out. Ever since his loss to Oleksandr Usyk, he's just been winning. turned things around with Jarrell Big Baby Miller, got in there with Philip Herkovich, and of course defeating AJ. You know what I'm saying? So these 3 wins, this little run right here that he got put on, really resurged Daniel Dubois. And it got him really feeling like, yo, he is the guy. You know what I mean? Knocking off Anthony Joshua, I think, was the big confidence builder for him. Because, I mean, for many years, you know, Daniel Dubois had to sit behind Anthony Joshua, look at all of the marketing and all of the love, and being Anthony Joshua, you know, shadow boxing on skyscrapers and shit. Like, he was the darling. Eddie, you know, made him the popular people's darling. You know what I'm saying? And so Daniel Dubois had for years had to sit back and watch this. And he finally waited for his moment to come. And even going into the fight, AJ was kind of treating him like a little brother. Like, you my little brother type shit. Like, I ain't even really tripping off you. No one cares about you. He was, you know, speaking about Fury and speaking about Wilder. And Daniel Dubois came through and stopped his ass in 5 and made his ass look bad. And we ain't seen AJ since. AJ's been unable to, you know, pick up the pieces. It seems like Eddie Hearn is doing his best to keep AJ hidden, to try to save any little bit of magic that's still left on that name. So that's the win to me that Daniel Dubois like did, and this really brought his confidence back full circle. Beating Big Baby was decent, but that was just the step, and Herkovich was just the step. This is the one that got him feeling himself. And so now I think that he's renewed, and we're going to see if this can pay off. But I mean, listen, looking at Daniel Dubois and some of the things that he's done, I will say it do look like his stamina has gotten a bit better. And looking at the weigh-in stuff, look like he's slimmed down somewhat, you know what I mean? So I think that Daniel Dubois is probably looking to, you know, come in here, maybe try to conserve some of his stamina and try to do something late, you know what I'm saying? And hopefully that may or may not work out for him, man. But I got to tell you, bro, I think we're going to be in store for a decent fight. But I do believe that Oleksandr Usyk, once again, is going to become victorious through his boxing ability. Daniel Dubois has decent boxing ability. And, yeah, he is slimming down, and he is very intense. I'm going to put this right here on your screen, fight fans. Check this out. I mean, he ain't backing down for a second away from Oleksandr Usyk. You know what I mean? People are wondering, would Oleksandr Usyk get old? You see a lot of gray on Oleksandr Usyk now. This is the grayest I think I've ever seen him. You know what I mean? You do got to wonder, will age ever catch up with Oleksandr Usyk and his boxing style? But Usyk seems very confident as always. Asked in the face-to-face thing, you know, how is Daniel Dubois the hardest puncher he's ever fought? And he quickly answered no. Like, nah, not so much. And even when he beat Daniel Dubois the first time, he kind of sunned him afterwards. And was just on some, you know, Daniel's going to be a good fighter, like patting him on the forehead type shit. He's going to be a good fighter, you know, one of these days. And so I just look at it like, yeah, man, this can be intense. We do want to know if Daniel Dubois can rise to the occasion given the run that he's been on. But I just don't think that nobody right now at heavyweight is fucking with Oleksandr Usyk. Simple as that. I do, like I said before, at the most that we got, I think that these youngsters, this new blood at heavyweight, Joe Parkers, the Moses Atamas, the AJ Caballeros, and even the Michael Hunters, I would love to see them match up. Michael Hunter and Usyk has already fought down at cruiserweight, and they had a real close fight. You know what I'm saying? So I want to see Usyk if he continues on beyond this fight. But after making what is being reported, 100? I said 50 million. I think it's 30 million, or whatever he's making for this fight. The crazy number he's making for this fight can easily send him into retirement. You know what I'm saying? I'm not begging for a third Tyson Fury fight. I don't think nothing changes there. The only fighters that I would want to see Usyk fight once again are that new breed, these new athletic heavyweights. If you want to maybe take on a Deontay Wilder, that could be interesting, but it'd be hard to. I mean, watching Deontay Wilder trying to line Usyk up for that right hand, I just think that 11 rounds can just fly past before Wilder even feels confident enough to even really pull the trigger on Usyk at this point. So, yeah, I just... Oh, okay, 132. So, yeah, these are the exact numbers. Oleksandr Usyk making 132 and Daniel Dubois making $71 million, fight fans. Fuck. That's insane. This gots to be the highest... Well, maybe Crawford and Canelo should pass this. I know Crawford is being reported that Canelo making 150, but Usyk getting 130. My Lord. Oh, like Turkey is really, really looking out for these dudes, bro. Like there would have been no one on the planet, no one in this galaxy that would have paid these boys this kind of freaking money. Homie, 132 M's for one night, one fight. Like I said yesterday, this is crazy, bro. So, man, I mean, shit. If Usyk once again continues after his career, then Moses Atama, those guys that we just named, Joe Parker, I would love to see those fights, man. But that is insanity, fight fans. Salute to the fam, man. I see the fam pulling on in. Everybody hit that thumbs up as you come on through. You know what I'm saying? Hit that thumbs up as you come on through. I think this thing says Turkey Toe Boots. You do tune-ups with Eddie. Yeah, I seen that. Turkey ain't playing, bro. Turkey is starting to close and tighten the reins up. Like, y'all not gonna just be like using me as some sort of financial whipping boy or some shit. Like, I'm not here to be your genie in a bottle. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to not only, I'm gonna pay you well, but you're gonna definitely work for this shit. Like, you're gonna have to put some work in for it. You ain't coming over here getting your biggest payday. Because he learned. I'm sure he looked at that Fatal Fury card and he was embarrassed. He had all of these supposed names on that card and they all laid stinkers. You know what I mean? So he probably was embarrassed, like, oh, we're not doing this no more. That's why he came out with the Tom and Jerry shit. Then he come out now like, no, all of this tuning up y'all talking about, we not doing none of that no more. I'm paying y'all top dollar. And on top of that, y'all ain't really got nowhere to go because I've eliminated most of the competition. So you got to mess with me. So we going to start tightening in the ring some more. You can go back over there to Bob and fight on Thursday night fights. PBC don't know when they can do a show. You can go back over there and have fun with them. I own Eddie. I own Frank. I own Oscar. So where you going to go? So either you going to start, people going to start having to bend to his will a little bit because it's like, well, ain't nothing else in town no more. Turkey has now officially, he is the most dominant figure in the sport of boxing. And once upon a time, we was running around calling Al Heyman the most powerful man in the sport of boxing. Turkey is now eclipsed that, given that he's working with government money. Al Heyman ain't never had the opportunity to work with government money. But given that he's working with government money, this has officially made him the most powerful player in the game, bro. This is crazy. I think this thing says, come on, Triple D, shock the world, man. That'll be something. I mean, I think most people are counting him out. As a matter of fact, we can find that out right now, bro. Let's take a look at these boxing odds real quick, man. Let's see what these betting odds are looking like for Alexander Usyk and Daniel Dubois, fight fans. Put it right here on your screen. Y'all must excuse my slip there. I was making some picks right before going live, so must excuse me there, you know what I'm saying? But let's take a look at some of these fighting lines. Let's see who the favorite here and if there's any opportunity for us to win a couple dollars. Now, the thing is that looking at the odds, we got Alexander Usyk coming in as the favorite, minus 300. Daniel Dubois, plus 235. For those who believe in Daniel Dubois, definitely got an opportunity to win a couple dollars. Not the greatest, highest of numbers, but still ain't bad. You win your 100 back plus $235 if you put down that on Daniel Dubois for the small fries. You put down $10, you win the 10 back plus $23. So, you can win a couple dollars there off of Daniel Dubois, man. I don't know if I'm willing to take that risk. Like I said, if you believe in the resurgence, Dubois 2.0, I mean, he's been doing some good things, fight fans. He's been doing some good things. Now, the question is, has he fought anyone and beat anyone similar to Alexander Usyk? And the answer is no. You think of Anthony Joshua, tall, muscular guy. You think of Philip Hergovich, right? Tall, slim guy. You think of, who else? Jarrell Big Baby Miller, short, stocky, big, heavy guy. None of these guys are Usyk. None of these guys are Usyk. So, at the end of the day, though I like what Daniel Dubois has been doing, I like these guys are like night and day compared to an Alexander Usyk fight fan. So let's look at some of these other fight props here. And let's see here. Alexander Usyk to win by knockout, TKO, or DQ is at plus 115. I like that. Ding, 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 fight fans. If he stopped, Daniel Dubois in 9 the first time around. Really good chance that he gets stopped this time around. But once again, Dubois is coming in slimmer. So maybe he don't gas out as fast, right? I mean, I hope that Daniel Dubois don't go out and rush him and try to do a Derek Chisora. You know, man, I don't think that's a smart play. I think this is a good bet, though. I think there's a really good chance that Usyk can stop him again. A good chance to win a couple dollars. Not much, but still win a couple dollars. Alexander Usyk by decision or technical decisions at plus 200. So more money poured in on Usyk stopping him than it did as for the decision. Interesting. As for Daniel Dubois, knockout, TKO, or DQ sitting at plus 350. Now, my thing is, if Dubois does win, this is the way he's going to do it. As you can see, plus 1,000 for the decision. No one believes. This is definitely the way he's going to do it. So for that to still be in the pluses, once again, if you are a believer in Daniel Dubois, that's not a bad bet, because that's, to me, the only way of victory. A good clipping, a good shot to land, maybe the body shot, the unicorn comes back. I don't know. But those are, to me, the best ways that Daniel Dubois should be able to get that one, to get that win. He got to stop him. You know what I mean? Let's see what rounds that they're looking at here. Let's see. Oh, exact winning method or alternate fight outcome. Alexander Usyk to win exactly by knockout, plus 400. TKO. I always love the TKO fight, fans. Though that's what most of the money went to. That TKO is always that safe bet on a stoppage. If you think that Usyk stops him, I think that plus 185. I know that plus 400 looks good, but exactly by knockout, which ain't too far-fetched. Ain't too far-fetched, but, you know, I think I like the TKO. No one believes in the DQ. We're at plus 10,000 there. Lord have mercy. Unanimous decision from Alexander Usyk. This is not a bad bet. A UD from Usyk is at plus 275? A UD from Usyk is at plus 275. Now, that is good. Oh, look at the majority. Plus 2,000. Now, that's ding, ding, ding. That's a good one. That's probably the second best one I've seen. Plus 2,000 for a majority decision for Alexander Usyk. I like that. I like that, fight fans. I like that. I like that. Just to do a quick, just small wrap up here. Main man's pick. This one right here, plus 2,000 majority decision for Alexander Usyk, as well as I'd bet with this right here, this knockout TKO at plus 115. And, of course, Alexander Usyk by TKO. Those are main man's picks right there. All of those will win you a couple dollars, especially if you get this majority decision at plus 2,000. Ding, 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 fight fans. Ding, ding, ding. As for actual rounds, let's see if they did that. Or exact fight outcome. So the exact fight outcome, whether it be from either fighter, that split decision ain't got a lot of money put in on it. Majority decision, no one believes. Once again, plus 1,600. I think that's a good bet. TKO at plus 115, that's a decent bet. So no matter which man wins, the exact fight outcome, TKO at plus 115. Now, it can't win a ton of money, but you can still win a couple dollars. I also like this UD. It can go UD. But then again, I don't see Dubois having a chance for a UD. So I think I like that TKO, and I like this majority of the decision. So interesting, man. Definitely opportunity to win a couple dollars, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Much love to the fam, man. Much love to the fam. Let's see what y'all talking about. Rick, what up, Rick? Salute to my main man, Rick Swords, in the building. Personally, I think that he beat him the first time by knockout. And yes, I saw the replay. I mean, yeah, I thought, like I said, I thought the shot was legit, bro. I'm definitely not going to argue that. I thought that Dubois definitely landed a proper shot. And I thought that the way that Usyk responded to it, I didn't care for that. Just kind of like rolling on the ground and everyone's supposed to know that it was a low blow. Like, I ain't appreciate that. Just automatically the ref not counting. Like, I didn't care for that. You know what I mean? I thought that looked at it a little strange. And this is one of the reasons why we also need instant replay in the sport of boxing. So, yeah, I mean, technically, yeah, you're right. You could say that Daniel Dubois should have possibly got a stoppage in that first fight, if that's what you're saying. And, yeah, that's true. That's very, very true. The question is, though, will that shot come back? You know what I'm saying? That is the big question. You dig? That is the big question. Salute to my bro, Orlando Finney in house. What's good, man? And my fellow boxing enthusiasts. Turkey is giving them big bags out. Oh, man, you ain't lying. Hey, look, think about it like this, bro. Between the Dubois and Usyk fight and Canelo and Crawford, that's over $400 million. Let that sink in, fight fans. Between Canelo and Crawford and Dubois and Usyk, we looking at over $400 million for 2 cards. And that ain't even probably counting the undercard and what those probably came up to. I mean, Lord have mercy. Did this man got an unlimited bag or what? 400. That's the whole budget probably for like 2 years from a normal promoter. You know what I mean? Like that was their budget for 2 years. And you taking maybe 2 to 3 years worth of budgets and putting them in 2 fights. Think about that. I remember doing a report about when ESPN gave the budgets to Bob Arum. They gave him one for ESPN Plus and they gave him one for the ESPN Network. That was only $200 million a year. Turkey's throwing $400 million in 2 cards. I haven't did the tally, but I'm sure at knowing this, he probably close to damn near investing $1 billion in boxing in 1 year. Damn near. He got to be close. That ain't even counting the Usyk and Fury fights and what they got paid. Bro, like he's got to be at least $700-800, maybe not close to $900 million invested in this year alone. That ain't even counting like probably having to pay extra money to make the pay-per-views disappear. That ain't even counting all of the stuff that he's doing, the side money he's probably having to pay for networks and all that. Bro, he's probably invested well over $1 billion this year or close to $1 billion. That is insanity. Oh, Don King, Bob Arum, freaking, I don't care who you go find. You can combine all of their asses together and they not putting up numbers like this. And boy, oh boy, that is insane, bro. And y'all wonder why I'm over here talking about some, Tank Davis need to get his ass on the ball game and get his ass over there to Turkey. Y'all tripping. If PBC can't do, if they can't do what Turkey is doing, you better get on over there, bro. You better get on over there or tell PBC, look, either y'all see me, like Ray Charles said in this movie, can you match it? Mama always said ain't nothing wrong with talking. You know what I'm saying? Everybody hit that thumbs up as y'all pull up, fight fans. Hit that thumbs up as y'all pull up. So that is real interesting. Turkey ain't playing, bro. Real talk. So, man, my final prediction, once again, I'm going to rock out Olasanda Usyk by knockout, by stoppage, fight fans. He gave it to us in 9 last time. I'm going to give Dubois a little bit of grace this time around and say that Olasanda Usyk stops him in 11. Stops him in 11. The little agent of Usyk, maybe even the better fitness of Dubois may give him a couple more rounds. You know what I mean? So I think that we're going to get a stoppage from Olasanda Usyk by 11 rounds, fight fans. And that will be my prediction for this card. Even though if Daniel Dubois gives a valiant effort, that's good. I think that's going to be good in the eyes of a lot of boxing fans. I actually respect the mindset of Daniel Dubois right now. I respect it. He's fighting. He's got tunnel vision. You can see it. You can feel the energy coming off him. He's not tolerating nothing from the past. And it's like he just got his eyes set on the goal of wanting to be the best. I respect it. I respect it. Still got some more names to go through. Like I say, Joe Parker sitting right there. But once again, I respect it. Let's keep it pushing, fight fans. Let's keep it pushing. Salute to my main man, Damone Daniels on deck. Man, Damone, it's always good to have you here, bro. Hey, Damone, we counting down to the ship, bro. We getting close to a Bud blackout. We getting close to a Bud blackout, fight fans. We going to be going hard, man, for this Bud Crawford and Canelo Alvarez fight, man. You see Bud's new physique? Looking good, man. Not too big, not too small. Nothing flabby, no water weight, a lot of muscle. Let's just make sure we still hovering around that 163 to 167, 65. Let's stay within that window. Let's keep the speed intact. And let's go in there and beat Canelo ass on speed and reflexes, man. You know what I'm saying? So let's go, bro. Let's go. You know what I mean? So let's keep it pushing. Let's go to something else, fight fans. Let's see what else has been going on around the sport. Let's see what we got up next. Since we got fights on tonight, let's just deal with the fights first, shall we? Let's just deal with the fights first. So Mario Barrios versus Manny Pacquiao going down. Yes, sir. Hey, Barrios, take it easy on the good senator, man. Take it easy on the good senator. You know what I'm saying? Really cannot wait to see this fight going down tonight, man. It's going to be good. You know, I get it. He's an old head, man. He's old. You already know what it is. Yada, yada, yada. I get it. I totally understand. But I'm still happy to see Manny Pacquiao back, fight fans. It feels like 2015, 2012 all over again. You know what I'm saying? Pacquiao looking like he's in good spirits, man. I've been keeping tabs on him, on his workouts and stuff like that. And, yeah, man, it look like he just kind of like just back on top. You know what I'm saying? Looking happy, looking together. And like I've been saying, everybody, I think that I don't know if I really want to count him all the way out in this fight. You feel me? I'm expecting for the younger man in Barrios, 25 years of age. Say what you want about Barrios. He is definitely war-torn, not afraid of a war. I'm expecting for Barrios to maybe have the slight edge due to his youth, due to the fact that he is so tough. Pacquiao being 46 years of age, but I'm still not counting him out, bro. I counted out Manny Pacquiao against Keith Thurman. I thought that if Manny Pacquiao would have had a proper training camp against Yordenis Ugas, that beatdown wouldn't have been like that. You know what I mean? He was preparing for a southpaw fighter in Earl Spence Jr., and he got the switcheroo pulled on him at the last minute, and they threw in there Yordenis Ugas. And so I just really believe that, Pacquiao may still have some magic. I know we going by that Ampo, and I remember watching that kickboxing exhibition that he did not long ago, and he looked bad. But I got to admit that wasn't in shape. That wasn't a training camp ready to go, Pacquiao. And so, I mean, if there's anybody worthy of some grace in boxing and give him time to really put it together, it's Manny Pacquiao. You know what I mean? So, one of my favorite all-time fighters of all time. He's just a fighter's fighter. Whether you like, you can say you can give me the steroid stuff, you can give me the Floyd stuff back and forth, but I think that there's not really a boxing fan in the sport that don't respect what Manny Pacquiao has done. Even whether or not you want to, question his 8 divisions. Man, one of them Jones had a Reggie in it, or man, this one didn't seem too right. You want to question his 8 divisions, cool. But ain't nobody going to ever question the impact on the sport of boxing that Manny Pacquiao has made, man. So, yeah, man, I'm always respect this man, and I'm going to always support what he got going on, bro, because he's always gave us legendary fights. He's never ran away from no name and no era. And, man, just, fighter of the decade worthy Manny Pacquiao. No one cares about his, 8, 9 losses or whatever he got. No one even cares. No one even freaking cares. I don't give a damn who he lost to. I don't care if he loses this. He's still going to be on my favorite fighter list. Because he's Manny Pacquiao, bro. And he's never ran away from nothing. Respect. 3 hard fights with Eric Morales. 4 hard fights with Juan Manuel Marquez. Brand don't duck nothing. Moving up, fighting bigger men in Cotto and De La Hoyas and Hattons and shit. Come on, man. Sleep in these Bammers. And always bore action. Never was a back foot fighter. Never in his entire career. Win some, you lose some. Take a licking and keep on ticking. That's Manny Pacquiao. So as for Mario Barrios, man, I got to tell you, a win for Mario Barrios over Manny Pacquiao would be huge. It's still say people can say what they want. Yeah, he's old, he's this, he's that, but it's still a really, really good win for him. You know what I'm saying? It's a good scalp to have, or whatnot, and so that'll be good for Mario Barrios. It'll be great for momentum. It'll be great for future big fights. People will wonder where we place him at the division. People may even say he's the best fighter at 47 after this. I know we still arguing about the Brian Norman and Devin Haney, who's number 1, but if you beat Manny Pacquiao, how could you not be called number 1? And he beat Yordenis Ugas. And he's a sitting champion. It's going to be hard to not give him that number 1 tag. And Mario Barrios having a number 1 tag at 147 means bigger paydays and bigger fights. So it'd be great for Mario Barrios to get the scalp of Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao. Now, as for Pacquiao, of course, Pacquiao wins, fight fans. We all know what this is going to spell. Fights can be done any and everywhere. The sky's the limit. With the following of Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao, the man has a country. Philippines still showing up in big numbers. They say they came out deep for the weigh-in. Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao still has the Philippines intact behind him, which will make him an attractive candidate for everybody. And we're talking, especially if he's still rocking with PBC, which I'm sure PBC would love to have a victorious Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao on their rosters right now, because it's going to be like, hey, Turkey, yeah, we got Pacquiao, bro. You won't have to deal with us. You know what I'm saying? This is what PBC likes to do. So they would love to have a victorious Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao in their stable. Fights between Pacquiao and Gervonta Tank Davis would set the roof off of anything. Let's call it for what it is. Pac-Man and Tank at 140. If Tank can get past Lamont Roach. And no, Gervonta Davis, there is no excuse that you're going to be able to tell boxing fans to get next to Jake Paul or Manny Pacquiao without going through Lamont Roach. Ain't nobody want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear nothing about, no, he has something wrong with his head. He got to go to counseling. He's got to go see Dr. Phil. He's got to go see Dr. Phil Good. I don't want to see none of that shit. You don't fight Lamont Roach. We ain't talking about no Pacquiao fights. We ain't talking about no Jake Paul fights. You got to make that Roach situation right. If you don't beat Roach, I don't know how much demand is going to be for those fights, but maybe there still is. I don't know. We'll see. But we're not doing that. We're not skipping over Lamont Roach. Gervonta Davis, the Tank has to roll over the Roach. The Tank has to roll over the Roach before you make it to the great Manny. That's just the way it should be. But once again, if all what lines up, Pacquiao versus Gervonta Tank Davis is freaking huge. Here's another idea that's being floated around. Pacquiao versus Floyd Mayweather. If you don't think that Floyd is looking at the fact that, hold up, you mean to tell me Usyk just got 130 million? Remember back in the day, it was only rumored that Floyd made about, 110, 120 for Manny Pacquiao. You got Alexander Usyk making more than Floyd made against Pacquiao against Dubois. You don't think that Floyd looking back and is like, oh, what the hell? Hold on. So you mean to tell me if I go in there and rematch him, that I might can go and tell Turkey to give me, 200 million. If you giving him 130, you gonna have to give me 200. I don't know if Turkey would do something like that. I don't even know if the fight is even still that much in demand. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, at this point, I don't even think it is. Hell, look what Mike Tyson got for Jake Paul. These numbers. So you don't think that Floyd is sitting in the background like, what the hell am I doing? And you see Floyd has been making his way towards that camp, and he's using Terrence Bud Crawford, if y'all paying attention. Him and Bud so tight now all of a sudden. Because Bud is tight with Turkey, I guess, huh? So now all of a sudden Floyd popping up in Terrence Crawford's camps, and he popping up around little Riyadh season shows, and we see Carmel, he's trying to do business with Camille with Turkey. I don't know, bro. So the question still remains, if Pacquiao wins, are we close to a possible Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather too? Once again, I don't know what the demand for this would be. I don't know if a lot of fans will be sitting around like I'm pressing for this. But you do gotta wonder. So Pacquiao's roads would just be so bright. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's just fights. I mean, it wouldn't be. We can throw a rock into the rankings, and wherever the rock lands, that fighter will fight Pacquiao. Pacquiao's basically roads are unlimited. Pacquiao more than likely wants money. He wouldn't be fighting at this point in his career if he didn't. We know about the rumors, the stuff about Pacquiao's tax problems and so on and so forth. And so, not to mention, he spent a lot of money for his presidential runs. So probably, money is probably the thing that he's seeking out at this point in his career. And, we understand, boxers, they got to keep it coming in, bro. That's just the way it goes. And so, money would intrigue Manny Pacquiao. So all of this stuff would be on the table if Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao is victorious against Mario Barrios. So, looking at these betting odds here, let's take a glance at these betting odds. Let's see what we see, fight fans. Let's see what we see. Looks as if that Manny Pacquiao is the underdog going into this fight at plus 210. Mario Barrios sitting at minus 275 as the favorite. I'm willing to put a couple dollars on Pacquiao. I really am, bro. I don't think it's a bad bet. Now, Mario Barrios, he's, to me, about a good, B plus level fighter. You know what I mean? He's really good, but he's war-torn. He can fight with range. He got a good jab, a good boxing ability in general, but he always kind of gives up a lot of it and turns his fights into wars. And, I mean, in a war, it's easy to say we bet on the younger man, but Pacquiao has a ton of experience in those kind of fights. 5 fights, if you will. Pacquiao normally used to throw punches in bunches. The issue that I'm struggling with Pacquiao is I think that we'll get flashes of old Manny, but I don't think he'll be able to sustain it at his age. Pacquiao was known for jumping in, leaping in with, those fast leap-ins and getting off 3s and 4s. You know what I mean? Real fast, known for that hand speed. And I think we'll get flashes of that, like we got against Keith Thurman. And that was enough to drop Keith Thurman and keep Keith Thurman at bay enough to not have Keith Thurman rally too much to overcome that fight in the second half. So I truly look at this and I say to myself, I think that Pacquiao will have some flashes of the old him, but it ain't going to be able to be sustained. And Mario Barrios is 25, war-torn, keeps going, doesn't mind being dropped, getting up and keep fighting. And I think that eventually Pacquiao and Barrios will be close for a while in this fight. But I think that the separation is going to come because Barrios is just not going to stop. And I think that Pacquiao is going to have an issue dealing with that. See, Keith started off slow against Manny Pacquiao and picked it up late. I think Barrios was going to come out guns blazing. And like I said, I think Pacquiao does well with this early. I think he fights him off. His hands are fast for about the first few rounds, but I think Father Time kicks in. Pacquiao takes a dip and he becomes too defensive, and Barrios starts to run rounds up. I do wonder if Barrios is going to play the back foot in this fight, given he's the taller, longer man, and see if the older guy, Manny Pacquiao, can eat up the real estate. I do wonder if he approaches the fight in that manner. Even if Barrios does approach this fight on the back foot early, I still believe that, honestly, eventually it turns into the war. Barrios is not going to go 12 rounds doing your favorite Erislandy Laura, in my opinion. And I think but that may cost Barrios, if you ask me. I think if Barrios is smart, you do make this fight a fight of attrition. You don't start off slow. Because if you do, you're going to give Manny Pacquiao, have him have a stronger finish down the stretch. And you don't want that. You want to take the wind out of his sails as fast and early as possible. Even if you're getting outgunned early, you still want to keep going because you can go longer. And eventually Pacquiao's going to have to stop and become too defensive. So I think that we get something now. Pacquiao can surprise me and say, you know what? There's more magic left. There's a lot more stamina left in those calves than I originally thought. Maybe he, fucking with Ariza again. I don't know. You know what I mean? But I do know, I think that if Barrios is smart, you make this a fight of attrition. You know what I'm saying? And I think that you'll have a better shot with that kind of fight. Let's look at some props here, man. Let's see here. We got Mario Barrios by knockout, TKO, or DQ is at plus 135, so that's where the money is gone. Look like people believe in Barrios by stoppage heavy in this fight. Barrios by decision didn't get nearly as much money, but did get a significant amount of money added towards it. Just not nearly as much, but, more money on that stoppage, man. Pacquiao by stoppage, no one really believes nearly as much, plus 500. I think that's a tough bet to take. Really tough bet to take at this point in Pacquiao's career. Pacquiao by decision is a better bet, and it's split. It's split amongst the fans of how many people believe that they're going to stop him and how many is going to go to a decision. That's interesting. I think that's a hard call, too. But if I was to bet with Pacquiao, I would more than likely go with the decision. Interesting. Mario Barrios exactly by knockout, plus 450. I like the TKO as always, fight fans, and that's at plus 200. Ding, ding, ding. That's a main man pick right there. Mario Barrios to win by TKO is at plus 200, fight fans. I think that's a good bet. I think that's a really good bet. Mario Barrios by UD is not a bad bet neither. As you can see, fans have been putting money there as well. That's not a bad bet neither. It's not a bad bet. Not a bad bet. Mario Barrios by split decision. Not a bad bet. Plus 900. I don't think that's a bad bet neither. Can Pacquiao make it that close is the question. 900, bro. Ain't nobody really believing. I don't think that's the bad bet, but that's a lot of people not believing in Pacquiao, huh? And Barrios by majority, no one believes at plus 1,800. Manny Pacquiao by knockout, no one believes, plus 1,200. Money is not pouring in for Pacquiao in the knockout. Manny Pacquiao by TKO, plus 750. If you are a believer in Manny Pacquiao, there's your opportunity to win. Not only that, not only just win, but win damn good. Plus 750. $100 bet gets you your 100 back plus $750. $10 bet gets you your 10 back plus $75 if Manny Pacquiao can win by TKO. I don't think that's a bad bet. Pacquiao by UD, no one really believes, man. 700. That's interesting. No one think that Pacquiao is going to run up the score on Mario Barrios. And Manny Pacquiao by split. How is no one believing in the split? You got more money going in for the UD than you got for the split. That's interesting. That's interesting. That's them Philippines. That's the Philippines, man. It's going to be a lot of delusional Filipinos out there that's going to think that Manny Pacquiao is going to be Superman in this fight. Could be an opportunity to capitalize to all of my bettors out there. Really, really interesting, man. Really, really interesting. So, once again, fight fans, my call for this fight, I think that Mario Barrios goes in there and wins this fight. If I had to say whether it is by stoppage or whether it is by UD or whatever the case, I'm going to go Barrios. I'm going to go Barrios by unanimous decision. Maybe majority decision. But I'm going to go Barrios by UD. I just think that Pacquiao is going to start becoming a little defensive in the second half of the fight, and Barrios may run the score up with that over, because Pacquiao just not going to have that win in his sails unless I'm surprised. And I would love to be wrong, and I would love to be surprised, because if Pacquiao pulls this out, bro, this is going to be a damn near celebration for boxing fans. So I'm rooting for a great senator, but I'm a bet on Mario Barrios by unanimous decision, fight fans. What say y'all? Adam says, I like in Manny's Hall of Fame speech when he said, I didn't care about protecting my record. Big facts. Manny is an old school throwback fighter, man. He's the generation that we all miss. He comes from the generations that we miss. He's one of the last of the last, you know what I mean? Like he may just be the last, if I think about it. Aside from him and Bud Crawford, from those eras, we still got Keith. Right? We still got Keith. But it ain't many left from those eras, man. And Pacquiao come from the era where, people wasn't nearly as protective. You know what I'm saying? And so he don't know nothing about that. That's some new shit to him. I like that too, man. And this is what makes you win your respect. You know what I'm saying? This is what makes you win your respect. Hey, look who it is, man. Man, where the hell your ass been at, brother? Salute to my main man. I am the one out there, man. I am the one. Boxer say stop ducking me, main man. One love, man. I hope all is well with my G. I am the one boxing. Bro, you got that channel up and running, man? I got to come on over there and check you out, man. You know what I mean? Salute to my bro. I am the one boxing, brother. I miss talking to you, man, and I hope all is well, bro. Enjoy tonight's fights, man. We can definitely chop it up real soon, man. I'll be dropping links, homie. You know I'll be dropping them links. Come holler at me, man. Salute to my bro, man. Hope all is well. I am the one, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Adam says, yo, everybody seems to be choosing the Pac-Man fight to talk about over the Usyk fight. I mean, bro, you got to remember, Pac-Man is a legend. Bro, he's a legend. Bro, we grew up watching this dude. I've been watching Pacquiao fight, shit, man, over 15 years. Pacquiao is like, he's like a staple, man. It's like, that's why. Maybe people feel a bit nostalgic with him. You know what I mean? Maybe just he reminds people of a time in boxing where we didn't have as much bull crap. You know what I mean? And so people are really happy to see the good senator back, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm always happy to see Pacquiao back, man. I am. Pacquiao is a really, really good ambassador for the sport. Always been positive. aside from the allegations that he had to go through for years and shit and his tax issues or whatever, you know, he's had his ups and downs, you know what I mean, in front of the public. And we witnessed it, man. So it was like, man, we watched Pacquiao, man, come from a no. I remember the first show when Jim Lampley said, Manny Pacquiao, couldn't even pronounce his name. Pacquiao, or whatever he called his ass. Oh, that's how long we've been rocking with Manny, man. Manny is a freaking legend. You know what I'm saying? A legend. Fighter of the freaking decade, bro. You know what I'm saying? Real talk, man. Bruce says, yo, man, my heart is with Manny, but my head tells me Barrios. Hey, I couldn't have summed that up no better right there, Bruce. Perfectly well said. My heart is with Manny all day, but my head tells me Barrios. And mainly because of the youth, like I said. Mainly because of the youth. My boy Damone says, yo, man, I got bugged by stoppage. Accumulation of punishment. Round E11. I know that's right. That's a good call right there. Boy, I love those 3 words right there, bro. Accumulation of punishment. Hell yeah. And look, Canelo folding like a taco. You know what I'm saying? Folding like a taco, bro. You know what I'm saying? I like that call, Damone. I like that call, brother. I like that call, man. So, you know, may the best man wins tonight, fight fans. Just as a quick throw down, just so we can all know what to expect tonight. I'll put it right here on your screen for those who don't know. And this is the full card for Pacquiao and Barrios tonight for all of the fights that we're expecting tonight on the undercard. We know we got Isaac Pitbull Cruz versus Angel Fierro on that card. Now, we know that this fight got scrapped. Something happened with Angel Fierro. I don't know if he got injured or some sort of health concerns leading up into the fight with Isaac Cruz. So this was going to be a rematch. And don't look like this fight going to happen. You know what I mean? So it looked like some guy, I think it's this guy who stepped in, I want to say, Gomez. I know it was a guy named Gomez. I don't know if it's the same guy right here, but a guy named Gomez stepped in for Angel Fierro. So Isaac Cruz is still going to be on the card, but Fierro is not going to be there. Of course, we're going to get Brandon Figueroa versus Joet Gonzalez. Cool little scrap right there. Not the greatest thing. The one I'm going to really be looking forward to is the return of my main man, Gary Russell Jr. versus Hugo Castaneda. Now, the cool thing about this, I see they kind of upped him on the thing here. So I'm wondering, will he now make the main card? But then again, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that makes him number 5. He might have just missed it. They might still got my boy Gary on these preliminaries, man. So the last time we remember talking about this, Gary was going to be on the preliminary card, unfortunately. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm still looking forward to seeing the return of Gary Russell Jr. We also going to have the last guy that Gary Russell lost against, Mark Maxeo, which is interesting. Like I said, man, if Gary going to be in the building, Gary might want to get his run back with this. But this, you know, he probably also won a big money fight as well. But Mark Maxeo is going to be on the undercard against this guy, Jorge Cuellar. You know what I'm saying? Abel Ramos, whom we seen Mario Barrios fight in the past. No, I'm thinking someone. Is it? Yeah, it was Abel Ramos. So he's going to be facing some guy named Sanchez. The rest of this stuff, I'm just not too familiar with, you know what I mean, these guys. So, but, you know, the top card, the top 4 fights, of course. Now, the main event going to be Mario Barrios versus Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao. We just broke that one down. And on top of that, in the co-main event, we got Sebastian Fundora versus Tim Tszyu, fight fans. Now, this is going to be one hell of a fight. You know what? I gotta look up. I think I gotta look up some information about this real quick, man. Put the betting odds up on here. This is a major fight, bro. Damn, I should have had this one up here, man. So yeah, Tim Tszyu versus Sebastian Fundora, man. They picking up the pieces from when they were supposed to fight before, and look like they finally getting this fight off the ground. We know my man Tim Tszyu went through a couple changes, losing the Bach round before getting back into the win column. And so now he's back into the win column, and he's looking to do the rematch to their fight when he lost to Sebastian Fundora before. You know what I'm saying? So I think that Tim Tszyu got a good chance on winning tonight. Me, honestly, I cannot unsee what I saw in that first fight. And like I said before, that fight goes on. Tim Tszyu doesn't get cut. I think Tim Tszyu sleeps Sebastian Fundora. The right hands was landing too consistent. They was landing back to back to back, and they was doing serious damage on Sebastian Fundora before Tim Tszyu head had got split wide open, and we seen how that all pretty much played out, fight fans. So I'm rocking out with Tim Tszyu for tonight. Now, Sebastian Fundora, who knows, he was able to outbox Tim Tszyu the first time around because of the blood in Tim Tszyu's eyes. I mean, this time around, I don't think that the outboxing is going to serve him nearly as much because Tim can box. Tim can certainly box. And if Sebastian Fundora makes it war-torn, he doesn't have the pop. He just doesn't. He don't have the pop to keep Tim off him, to keep Tim from hurting him. You know what I'm saying? Sebastian is a, death by chip away fighter, death by 1,000 cuts. He's an Earl Spence Jr. You know what I'm saying? He's got to hit you a zillion times to really start to phase you. And so Tim Tszyu more so has really good punching power where a few good right hands will give you something to think about and even possibly change your offense. So I think that Tszyu just got the better weapons, more weapons. I just think that a guy like Sebastian Fundora is easily tailor-made for Tim Tszyu. And I think that Tim Tszyu is going to come out on top victorious tonight, man. And I'm going to call it by stoppage. You know what I'm saying? Real spill. So let me put it on here. Put the betting odds right here in front of y'all, fight fans. Yeah, I got Tim Tszyu stopping Sebastian Fundora tonight, yo. Real spill. Tim Tszyu is the favorite going into this fight at -155. Not a heavy favorite, but a favorite indeed. -155. So most of the money has poured in on Tim Tszyu. They're thinking like I'm thinking. Sebastian Fundora sitting at +125. It's still close odds, but Sebastian Fundora, who is the current champion, he was once upon a time unified, but not no more. But current champion, and he is coming in as the underdog, so that's really, really interesting. I'm leaning towards Tim Tszyu for a show, for the stoppage here, man. Let's go on over here to some of these props, man. And looking at this here, Sebastian Fundora by knockout is at +400. More money came in on Sebastian Fundora by decision than it did by knockout. I think I agree with that. You know what I mean? I think that if Fundora wins, it's going to be by decision. If he couldn't stop Tim Tszyu, with Tim Tszyu having a bucket of blood all over his face, it's no way in hell he's going to stop a healthy, ready to go Tim Tszyu, in my opinion. I think that this is going to a decision. If Fundora was to win this, it would be by a decision, maybe drowning Tim Tszyu not being able to react properly. Maybe something was taken away from Tim Tszyu after the Bacquiao fight. I don't know. But he did look good in this last fight. And so I think Tim Tszyu is going to be ready to go. He's saying that he's going to keep his father at home, fight fans. No Costa Tszyu for this fight, so he doesn't like fighting in front of his daddy. I guess a little bit too much pressure for Tim Tszyu. So more money once again coming in for the decision for Sebastian Fundora as opposed to the stoppage. And as for Tim Tszyu, as I'm expecting, more money comes in for the stoppage for Tim Tszyu than it does for the decision. Tim Tszyu sitting at +175 for a knockout, TKO, or DQ. And a decision is at +260. So you'll win more money on the decision for Tim Tszyu than you would on the stoppage. But I'm betting that stoppage. The fact that it's in the pluses, that's good enough for me. Ding, 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 fight fans. Main man pick. Ding, ding, ding. Ding, ding, ding. You know what I'm saying? Let's go to the exact winning or alternate fight outcomes. Sebastian exactly by knockout, really no one believes. +1,000. Sebastian exactly by TKO, not too far off, but +600. I guarantee that Tszyu's numbers are going to be totally different. Look at here. Tszyu by knockout, +500. But TKO is at +280. Ding, 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 fight fans. I will be betting that right there. +280 for Tim Tszyu by TKO. Don't get no better. UD for Tim Tszyu is not a bad bet as well. +425. Not a bad bet at all. Not a bad bet. No one believes a split decision. People thinking this is going to have too many margins. No one believes this is going to be a split decision. At least on Tim Tszyu's side. And no one believes in the majority. So most of the money pouring in for, once again, Tim Tszyu for a stoppage on no matter how you slice it. As far as the exact fight outcomes, it looks like most of the money went to a TKO. It's going to be a stoppage here that most people believe. Hold on one second. Let me unclick a few of these boxes. I got too many picks locked down. But most people believing in this TKO right here, +165. That's the exact fight outcome from either man. I think that's a good bet. +165, there's a chance to win a couple dollars there. I also think a good winner will be the UD. Yeah, you can't go wrong with either one here. And there's still a way to win a couple dollars here on either one. So good bets right here for the exact fight outcome, fight fans. Exact fight outcome. Just take a quick glance. We're not going to really go through much of this, but a quick glance at some of these special bettings. Either fighter to be knocked down in 1 through 6 plus 140. Ooh, money poured in on that one. Money poured in on that one. Fundora to be knocked down in the first minute of any round. Money actually poured in on that. That's interesting. I don't think that could happen. That's just like a luck of the draw type of pick. Fundora to be knocked down 2+ times. People believe in it. It's at plus 265, so money coming in on that. Fundora could be dropped a couple times in this fight. He definitely could get dropped a couple times. Most definitely. Either fighter to be knocked down in rounds 1 through 3. Plus 550. Tim started warming up on Fundora about 3-4 rounds into their first fight. Took about 3 rounds for those right hands to really start piling up. So knocked down in 1 through 3, maybe a bit early. Maybe a bit early. Tim Tszyu to be knocked down 2+ times. Not a lot of money poured in on that. Plus 600. I don't see that happening. Could be wrong, but I just don't see that happening. Anything else that the money poured? So the best, okay, they got it in order over here. I noticed that. So the most money then poured in on either fighter to be knocked down in rounds 1 through 6. Ooh, plus 140. 1 through 6. Either fighter. That's not a bad bet, bro. Not a bad bet. I can see me taking that one. That's 6 rounds that somebody can get knocked down. That can happen, fight fans. So really interesting betting when it comes to this fight right here, man. Tim Tszyu versus Sebastian Fundora for Sebastian Fundora's world title. Going to be an interesting show right there. I'm sure that a fighter like Keith Thurman is going to be sitting back watching that, man. And waiting to hopefully get next. And we're going to talk a little something about Keith in just a second. You know what I mean? Salute to everyone. Hit that thumbs up for the homie, man. Hit that thumbs up for the homie. Kansas City Mac out there. What up with you? He says, yo, man, Pac-Man by TKO. You like that? Pacquiao by TKO? What that's looking like again? Hold up. Pacquiao by TKO. Hey, Pacquiao by TKO sitting at plus 750, bro. Pacquiao by TKO sitting at plus 750, bro. It's a good chance right there, homie. Real good chance, bro. Pacquiao by TKO, man. I know that's right. Hey, that'll shock the world right there, man. Salute to my main man, L-Dub, in the building this morning. Salute, L-Dub, and I hope all is well, my G. Much love, fam, and I hope you enjoy tonight's fights, bruh. He says, yo, Omar Salcido stepped in for Fierro. So that was the same dude. Remember, we was trying to read his name. Omar Salcido stepped in for Fierro, and Fierro was dehydrated from making weight, according to L-Dub. Oh, okay, so yeah, that's what's up, man. And, I know that first fight between him and Pitbull was decent, man, so that would have been a good little addition to this card. As far as the level overall, like, grade of this card, I guess we getting spoiled with Turkey. I don't know what it is, but it's just, it's all right. I'm really looking forward to Gary tonight. I'm looking forward to Gary. The main event is proper. The co-main ain't bad either. A lot of the undercard fights could have probably been a little better, but that's PBC for you. You know what I mean? So, okay, he's the main event of the prelims. Oh, man, how you gonna size me up like that, L-Dub, but then let me down gently? You know what I'm saying? The main event of the prelims. That's like saying, hey, that's some second fiddle ass shit, bro. I mean, that don't even sound right. You are the main event of the prelims. That's like somebody telling you just got a job on a new Hollywood show. You are the associated producer. You be like, yeah, I'm the associated producer, till you find out that the associated producer don't do nothing but get the coffee and donuts. You be like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, he is the main event of the prelims. Damn, son. It's all good, though. Thanks for that heads up, L-Dub. I'm still going to be checking out for my boy, man. At least Magsayo is the opening fight. Okay, now that makes me feel better. He lost to Magsayo, and Magsayo is the opening fight of the prelims, but Gary makes it to the main event of the prelims. Okay. God damn. But good, thanks for that heads up, my G. Much love to my boy L Dub. Look out for David Pacquiao on the prelims. If he wins, he gets the Inoue fight in December. Everybody, you check that on out. And look here, man. Just to give a heads up, if you want gems like this is the great thing about being down with L Dub. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, he got the gems, fight fans. Go check him out for sure. Great channel, really educated boxing fan right here, man. The boxing plug. That's what he say. The boxing plug, right? Check out my boy L Dub, man, because he really be having the inside scoop on a lot of this, man. So thanks for that right there. So yes, you could check out. He's saying David Pacquiao gets the Inoue fight, and so we all want to know what's up next for Monster Inoue beyond the possible MJ stuff. So yo, L Dub got you covered, man. Thanks for that heads up, and I'll be checking for him now, knowing this little bit of information right here. For sure. Kansas City Max says, yo, man, Barrios is one of the weakest champions in welterweight history. I don't want to call him that. That's tough. That's a hard, I think Barrios, I mean, he ain't really been there that long. He still got some time to go. He still ain't really got in there against the best of the division to make that determination. Outside of Ugas, you know what I mean? To make that determination. So I ain't ready to go that far yet. I want to see what happens, if he gets in there with the winner of a Norman and the Haney. If he gets in there, with another good, we never got the Boots fight, you know what I'm saying, unfortunately. So I'm willing to give Barrios a little grace. If he loses to Pacquiao, then we're going to revisit that Kansas City, Mac. You know what I'm saying? For sure. I know a lot of people go with the Tank thing, and Barrios was crunching at the weight at that time. So I'm willing to give him just a little bit of grace. Just a little bit of grace. Say Barrios is food for the pack, man. Man. I know that's right. I want to see it, bro. I just want to see it, man. I want Pacquiao to make me a believer again. You know what I mean? JP Mendez, main man, I need you to take on Boots, asking for tune-ups. Salute, main man. Let's go there for my main man, JP Mendez, fight fans. Let's talk about that real quick. So, I heard the news of Jaron Ennis being supposedly offered for the Virgil Ortiz fight. And according to Jaron Ennis, he would rather have 2 or 3 tune-up fights before the Virgil Ortiz fight. And Turki Al-Sheikh is letting it be known that, listen, we're not doing no tune-ups. Call me when you're ready for the actual fight. This comes also on the back of the news of the fact that it's being now put out there that Turki Al-Sheikh offered a fight for Virgil Ortiz and Jaron Boots Ennis in November. But here's the thing, JP Mendez. This sometimes we get a little caught up in the moment, because that's why I'm glad that we cover this stuff week in and week out, because I can't forget what happened in the past. See, it's easy for us today to sit back and say, oh, Jaron Ennis is ducking Virgil. But we forgot the first time around when this was presented, Virgil came out and stated that he needed more time. We forgot that part. Virgil came out and said that, no, I'm not ready to fight him just yet. The first time around. People forgot that. Virgil denied the fight the first time around. Now, we at this current moment, Boots may be saying, oh, I want 2 or 3 tune-ups. And I'm going to have to go back to my original reporting on this. And that is the fact that I believe that Boots and Virgil don't want to do it for rankings. And I respect it. I know a lot of people are pissed. We want what we want and we want it now. But no, the fight is just not baked, fight fans. You can't take a cake out of the oven before it's baked. You know what I'm saying? You don't want a dough cake. You know what I'm saying? And right now, listen, with Boots moving up to 154 pounds, he don't have a belt. Virgil has never touched the belt. So what will they be fighting for if they was to fight in November? That is the golden question. And that is something that we just got to ask ourselves, fight fans. What would they be fighting for? Rankings? Do you think that Virgil, who's never touched the belt in his entire career, wants to take his toughest fight for a ranking? These boys don't got belts. You don't even see Virgil. Virgil's right here on the cusp of a title shot. He's the interim champion for the WBC, which means that when Sebastian Fundora and Tim Tszú's situation is complete, somebody got to see him. Remember, Sebastian Fundora acts like Virgil Ortiz doesn't exist. When they asked Fundora, did he see Ortiz's last fight, which was against Madrimov? Fundora said that no, he was outside doing yard work. Every time Fundora is approached about a question with Virgil Ortiz, it seems like he don't want to answer it. Why? Because Virgil is on the cusp and knocking on the door of a title shot. So this is why I keep saying, this is Turkey, you can't take these type of positions unless you like looking at this whole thing all the way around. Why would you ask Virgil to drop what he's doing in pursuit of this title to go after Boots, who don't got a belt? Boots ain't even ranked. We don't even know where Boots is going to be ranked. Boots may be looking at this and saying, hey, bro, why would I fight this man? I'm in the rankings. I'm going to get shitted on financially. And that's another thing that we talk about here a lot, fight fans. I try to keep y'all in the know about this. To us, you know, belts may not mean much. It's like, man, forget it. These names are bigger than belts, right? That's what you may be thinking. That's easy to think as a fan, but as an actual fighter, no, the belts are everything, because guess what? A belt entitles you to the highest split. Guess what? You win a belt, your purse doubles. So you might always say, well, man, Turkey's going to pay them very, very well. Well, cool, but who's going to be A side? Who's going to be B side here? Because Jerron going to look at it like, I'm a former unified champion, former lineal champion. He's never touched a belt. Virgil going to look at it like, yeah, but I'm the bigger name. I'm the bigger draw. I've done this. I've done that. You ain't done nothing at 54. And so we're going to have a log jam there. Belts can determine the split. Belts will enhance their legacy. And not to mention the winner of that fight. If it's a unification, they're already champions. Right now, Boots and Virgil are just in the rankings. And so I think I understand what Boots is saying. And this is only on the back of what originally Virgil said, who wanted to make Boots wait. You know what I'm saying? And so I think, like I said before, the reason that Virgil did it is because of what we see here on our screen. So I do wonder. And then look, Boots, I don't even think he's even relinquished all of his belts yet. He still got that WBA down there. He don't got the IBF no more. Gave that up, but he still got the WBA, at least according to this. So we don't even know where Boots is even going to be. They ain't even placed him nowhere near in the rankings yet. Nah, this ain't even baked yet, y'all. This ain't baked. I understand how we feeling. It ain't ready, bro. They got to get belts in order to make their fight worth it. This is a fight that's been built up for years. It's been built up for years. They do not want to do that for the rankings. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of understand where Boots is coming from. He's just trying to kill some time, if you will, and see what's going to happen. Is Virgil going to get a belt? Is he going to be on the track for a belt? And once that all gets decided and cleared up, then I think we start marching towards Boots and Virgil. And I think we get an awesome fight. You know what I'm saying? So I hope that answers your question to my main man, JP Mendez. And, you know, I understand what Boots. I know a lot of people, we still looking at Boots with the side eye. I know a lot of y'all are looking at him with the side eye. I know a lot of y'all are looking at this and saying, yo, main man, come on, bro. Like we've been giving this guy grace for a while. Someone ain't believing, man. Someone just not believing. You know what I mean? But I'm not there. I seen the Stanionis fight. Y'all don't want to give him credit for Stanionis no more. Before the Stanionis fight, you know, we said that he was the one. He was the one that was going to give us the answers for Boots, but we don't do that no more now. He's decapitated Stanionis, and now Stanionis ain't shit. You know, so, you know, it is what it is, bro. I'm willing to give Boots that extra time, and Virgil as well. You know what I mean? Now, the golden question to me is, what is the winner of Fundora and Zoo going to do when Virgil is knocking on the door? That's the golden question. Because that's a good setup right there. Virgil versus the winner of Fundora and Zoo, fight fans. Eat your heart out. Remember, Fundora dropped that WBO, so he don't want no smoke with Xander Zayas. He don't want no smoke. He letting it be clear. Look, we gave up the WBO. That's for Xander Zayas in Top Rank. They can go after that. What we're concerned about is this Tim Zoo fight. And now, given that's the position you chose, Virgil was up next. And Virgil want that work. Slim, this is going to get good. good, bro. That's what I'm talking about, my man. Hugo Constantinator. Hugo is trained by Reynoso. Watch out for an upset, man. Can we get Vada in the building? We're not going to cheat my main man, Gary. Let that boy come in there looking like the Incredible Hulk tonight. I'm going to be asking questions over and over. We're going to raise hell over that. I ain't going to let them cheat my boy, Gary. If that dude Castaneda or whoever this dude is coming here looking like the Incredible Hulk tonight, we got questions. We might have found number 8. We might have found number 8. Goddamn Jim need to be under a thorough investigation. I mean, I tell you, I don't trust nothing coming out of that gym, bro. Nothing. Oh, man, he only trained. He only had a sparring session in the gym. That's it. I don't care if you went in there and sparred one time. I don't trust you. Don't trust nothing coming out of the Reynoso gym. I'm sorry. Boxing can play dumb, play blind. Nothing to see here. Yeah, all right. I got more y'all asking questions about Snack than you are asking questions about Reynoso. I don't trust Reynoso. You know what I mean? He might was the hitman in the Shakur Stevenson and Schofield situation, bro. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. Hey, good evening, Christelle. Christelle Ann. Good evening to you, darling, and much love. Thanks for coming on through, rocking with me. Much love. Pac says, yo, if Pac is, I am the one says, Pac is going to drop him at some point. What's the odds? Yeah, we just ran through those odds, man. I think that Pac might drop him. I mean, that was one good one, man. That a knockdown from rounds 1 through 6. That's in the pluses there. I am the one. That's in the pluses, you know what I'm saying? Salute to my main man, be more in the building. Lord Sweat real on deck. Lord Sweat, hope you enjoy tonight's fights tonight, man. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy tonight's fights, all of them. Good cards tonight, man. Salute to the whole boxing fam that's on deck, man. So, yeah, man, that's the boot situation, man. So let's keep it going. And I am anxious to talk about this one. Oh, man, fight fans. Muhammad told her where you at, brother. Lord have mercy. Could it be, fight fans? Should it be, fight fans? Word on the curb. Claressa Shields has found the money for Laila Ali. Let's put it right here on your screen. Look at Claressa looking as good as she wanna look. Standing in front of a $15 million check, fight fans. Addressed to Laila Ali. Claressa, you are amazing. You know what I mean? Claressa Shields with a $15 million check addressed to Laila Ali. Laila says this is what it's going to take to get her out of retirement. She says she's 47 years old now? Yeah, 47. Back when they were originally talking, she was about 42, right? And now Claressa Shields has found 15 M's. I'm not 100. I haven't done enough digging yet to decide whether or not is Turkey behind this. I don't see nothing from Riyadh season on there. It says the win. So I'm wondering, did Claressa find this money herself from some sort of investor or whatever? Or is this from Turkey? It could be from Turkey because I have been seeing Laila Ali hang around Turkey shows and Claressa's been hanging around Turkey shows. So it could be from Turkey. If this is from Turkey, thank you, Turkey. Thank you. I'm going to look at it like this, man. Laila, the ball is in your court. Claressa has done what needs to be done. And that is, you might say, well, man, what has Claressa done? Claressa has fought her ass off over these last few years, breaking records, making history, undisputed here, undisputed there, all the way as far as heavyweight. And due to the fact that she's been kicking down these glass ceilings left and right, It has now raised her name to the point of someone is willing to invest this kind of money into Claressa and Laila Ali. Lord knows it ain't because of Laila. Laila ain't fought in, what, fucking 15 years? Yeah, she still got the last name Ali. And that's a golden name. But the still simple fact, if it wasn't for Claressa doing what she has been doing as the GOAT, and now she's reached the highest floor that women boxing can ever reach, reaching a level like this. Respect to Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano. That was all right. You know what I mean? That was cool. It was all right. But it ain't nothing like this. This has the potential to be one of the biggest, if not the biggest, women's boxing fight of all time. Now, you might well say, well, man, Laila ain't this and Laila ain't that. Well, somebody need to tell that to Laila. Man, she's old. She ain't fought. She ain't. Somebody needs to tell that to Laila. Because every time I see Laila in an interview talking about Claressa or any other female fighter, she's telling people, I'm still this, I'm still that. I'm a big girl. I just got to get in shape. But if you motivate me to get in shape, it may take 15 million. Now, Laila, don't come back out here talking about some you need 20. Don't come back out here talking about some I need 20. 15 should do the trick. There is nothing that Laila got going on right now that can bring her 15 million in one night. Man, she writing books. She does cooking and great. Hey, listen, that's cool. And she's gorgeous. But at the end of the day, Slim, there's nothing she got going on that's going to bring her no damn 15 million. But Claressa. Laila, you can ride off into the sunset, retired. You ain't never got to write another book. You ain't never got to cook another pot of, noodles or whatever you making. You know what I mean? Like, you ain't got to do none of that shit. You can just sit on back, chill, and enjoy. Now, the question is, Laila, your legacy and your O would be on the line. The legacy and the O would be on the line, fight fans. The Ali name, the Ali brand. Are you willing to risk that? Because Claressa Shields would love nothing more to have the scalp of a Ali on her wall. She's a GOAT. She's a hunter. She hunts for the biggest and best challenges, whether it's in boxing, MMA, or whatever. She's a fighter. She's a warrior. And she wants the Ali scalp. That's worth more than any belt she probably holds. The scalp of Laila, the undefeated, great, legendary women's fighter. Fight fans, what is Laila gonna do? Oh, man, shawty. That's what I'm talking about. Go ahead, Laila. Go ahead, Claressa. So let's see if they can do this. Laila, we not going to buy no excuses, baby. You said you want this. You put your number out there. Salute. That number has found you. This is why, fight fans, this is why you always believe in yourself. Because people was telling Laila she was tripping. You too old. No one's going to pay you that. And look, she believed in herself, and now she has the potential to net the biggest women's purse in boxing history. Oh, my goodness. Laila, please don't tell me you said no. Matter of fact, let me do this real quick. Let me just check. Because I'm on Laila's X right now. And okay, good. I don't see, she ain't addressed it yet. Well, this just came out last night. And I'm really hoping that Laila don't shoot this down. Bro, you got, 15 M's. 15 M's, fight fans. Big money. Big game. Don't turn it down, baby girl. Don't turn it down. So let's keep on pushing, man. Let's hope for one. Let's hope that Laila comes on out in the coming days and says, okay, and let's make it happen. And we're going to see if this gets off of the ground. If we're lucky, the WBC whittles up a women's boxing great belt. I don't know, some sort of WBC women's belt, some shit. I don't know. Can we get a belt, WBC? Can we get a belt? We shall see, bro. We shall see. Speaking of Turkey fight fans, Turkey Al-Sheikh coming on through once again, changing the game. I see y'all out there talking about this heavy. I'll put the tweet right here on your screen, fight fans. And we'll just do it this way. We'll put the tweet right here on your screen. So Turkey Al-Sheikh putting an end to the pay-per-view model when it comes to DAZN. The question is this going to be the direction that we're all going to be heading in? So you know how this all goes, fight fans. And we've talked about this stuff like this here on the channel. If one business makes a change to their model and they see it being very successful, the other businesses is going to follow, right? It's like the 40-hour work week. It's how we got the 40-hour work week. One business did it. It raised productivity. It worked great. All businesses now given the 40-hour work week. So the question is, if Turkey is going to go down the no pay-per-view route, and salute the Turkey Al-Sheikh for this, bad economic times for a lot of people out here. You know what I'm saying? And so now all you have to do is have a subscription to DAZN, and there will be no more DAZN pay-per-views as far as Riyadh season cards and ring cards. And those are pretty much the only ones we will probably care about over on DAZN. So I think that this is a very, very good position. According to Shay Sagev, who is the CEO of DAZN, fight fans, proud to partner with his Excellency Turkey Al-Sheikh, a true visionary who transforming the future of boxing. Together with DAZN, we're on a mission to make the sport bigger, more accessible, and better for fans around the world. Coming soon, we are transitioning boxing from a one-off purchase model to a monthly subscription, a true The Ring Pass. One price, all the biggest fights, more content, more value. So he's doing away with the pay-per-view model, but they're still giving you a new monthly subscription. So as for what it seems. So it's not like it's totally still free then. Because people already pay a subscription fee for DAZN. So now you're basically going to have to pay a separate subscription fee for the rings, I guess all of Turkey's fights, pretty much. That's what it's sounding like here. Now that's interesting. That's interesting. Here's why doesn't the ring just come out with their own freaking app if that's the case? Why do you really need DAZN? I mean, at this point, the ring can just take all of the boxing fans off of DAZN and really flatline DAZN. That's what Turkey probably want to do. He is recruiting his ass off. All of those boxing fans that signed up to DAZN to watch boxing, now Turkey owns all of those promoters. Frank and Eddie, and even working with Ben Shalom now, right? So, you know, he's over at Sky Sports or something, right? But the fact is, he owns all of these promoters. So what happens when one day if Turkey wakes up and says, DAZN, I don't need you no more. I'm out of here. I'm taking all of the promoters, all of the fighters with me, which means that all of the fight fans are going to come with them, and we're going to do the Ring app or a Riyadh season app. And now we're showing all of our fights on our own platform after taking all of your customers. That can very much well happen. So, because I'm looking at this subscription fee, that's like the groundwork to saying that I'm basically subscribing to the ring. I'm basically subscribing only just to see their fights. So if I just want to see their fights and I don't got to pay no pay-per-view, I'm just subscribing to them. What's the difference between just removing that off the app and just doing it themselves? Remember, DAZN's biggest subscription base as far as customers in boxing are Latinos. I'm listening to Turkey Al-Sheikh say that he wants to extend his deal with Canelo Alvarez and go forward and go further. So if he takes Canelo off of DAZN, I'm just wondering. I know I may be looking too further into the future. I'm just wondering. It seems like Turkey's going to be having DAZN under his thumb, and eventually he will have the potential to really wreck DAZN in the boxing area if he walks off. Lord. That's called creating an environment where you gots to fuck with me. Brilliant. Freaking brilliant. But all in all, you ain't got to pay no pay-per-views. You ain't got to pay no more pay-per-views for their cards over on DAZN. So I will say initially this sounds good. According to Turkey Al-Sheikh, great meeting with my brother Shay, CEO of DAZN. We have a big vision to grow boxing and decide no more pay-per-views, starting with our Ring Magazine show in November. All Riyadh season and the ring events will be free to DAZN subscribers, the pay-per-view model. So what is this thing that he's talking about a monthly subscription? Y'all on two separate pages. You saying free, Turkey, but he's saying we're transitioning boxing from a one-off purchase model to a monthly subscription, a true The Ring Pass. One price, all the biggest fights. So get that a little bit more clear. Is it just going to be a DAZN subscription, or is it a DAZN subscription and a true, what is it, the Ring Pass? Is it, do I have to have a subscription to DAZN and still buy the Ring Pass? Like we got cable networks that do that out here. They do that same thing. Like you can, or it's like buying a video game and you still got to have in-app purchases. You know what I'm saying? Like we still do that stuff here. So I just wonder, like, get that just a little bit clear, because it's sounding like with the CEO is saying is there still may be an additional monthly subscription, but what Turkey is saying is free to DAZN subscribe. So we'll as of all we do know for sure is no pay-per-view. So that's still a good sign. You know what I mean? That's still a good sign. So salute to Turkey Al-Sheikh, man, for coming up with that. Once again, another issue where he's probably heard the cries of boxing fans, and it's like, yo, bro, like we not with that. You know what I'm saying? Like help people out. These fights are too expensive. This also rivals what PBC does. If PBC is going to come out with these $80 and $90 cards that no one is asking for, it's going to put a lot of pressure on them from Turkey to be now, showing fights that could be easily on pay-per-view for free, like we getting with Crawford and Canelo. Your Netflix customer is free. Like, that's crazy. If that was PBC, they would have been charging $100 for that card. Easy work. So, and I understand the reasons. PBC got to do it to stay in business, and Turkey's playing with government money. But at the end of the day, bro, it's still creating an environment where boxing fans are going to say, I'm going to go to the guy that's giving me more bang for my buck. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's going to come on down to. So good stuff, man. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Matter of fact, speaking of Turkey, it looks as if that Turkey is not only it looks like Turkey is not only doing stuff with the pay-per-view models and stuff like that, but Turkey Al-Sheikh is also letting it be known that, who he's messing with and who he ain't messing with. And it looks as if that Teofimo Lopez, well, look like Teo got some problems here, fight fans. Look like Teo got some problems. Turkey Al-Sheikh is letting it be known crystal clear now that he is not, I repeat, not messing with Teofimo Lopez. He do not appreciate the remarks that's coming out of Teofimo. He doesn't appreciate the disrespect from Teo towards his country, and he is no longer going to be in business when it comes to Teofimo Lopez and him. And we know that Teo, turned his nose up at an $11 million offer to face Devin Haney, where he turned it down. He came out on social media calling Turkey Al-Sheikh a dictator, you know what I'm saying? Talking all kinds of bad about Turkey Al-Sheikh's faith. And now this pretty much got Teo put to the outside of the ring, if you get what I'm saying. Bob can't save him in this matter because Bob has no choice but to deal with Turkey Al-Sheikh right now. And so if Bob can't save you, Bob called him dumb and he said this, just said stupid stuff. Bob can't save you. No one can save you. And now Turkey Al-Sheikh don't want to be in business with Teofimo Lopez. I'm going to play a little bit of audio from TBV. Salute to the Boxing Voice. You can go over to the Boxing Voice and check out the full Turkey Al-Sheikh interview that they did, in which Turkey had this to say.
Turkey, did Teofimo Lopez fumble the bag?
Oh, I don't understand.
Did he? Because he said he had some $11 million offer, then he was supposed to fight Devin, then it got lowered. Then he went on Twitter. He was immature. Like, what happened with the T.O. Devin Haney situation? Did he fumble?
I want to tell you something.
Yes.
I don't go to the details with monies or something. You're saying numbers, but if you don't respect my country and my religion, you will not have any chance to do business with me.
Okay, so to follow up, does that mean that Keith Conley posted, Hitchens and Richardson Hitchens versus Teofimo? Is that a fight that you're not going to be involved in?
I will not be involved in this fight.
Okay.
Turkey did.
Oh, well. Oh, well. Oh, well, too bad, so sad. You dumbass. You know what I mean? You got your dumbass put out of the most exclusive club in boxing. You got to be the dumbest boxer on the freaking planet right now, Teo. I mean, the dumbest. You sat and pissed away, burnt every bridge around you in the sport of boxing. You burnt the bridge to the black fight fans. You burnt the bridge to ESPN on the stage at your last fight, talking about ESPN, eat your heart out. They don't want to deal with you no more. Bob Arum, you burned him a couple times at this point. He probably don't want to have anything to do with you. You know what I'm saying? Your manager, Keith Connolly, clearly can't open certain doors for you now, especially with guys like Richardson Hitchens, who would rather be in business with Turki Al-Sheikh. He can't do anything for you. All bridges burned. You got to be the dumbest boxer in the galaxy, homeboy. Who does that shit? Who sabotages their own career this bad? Hey, Pooh Dangles. Hey, Pooh Dangles. That's his only hope, bro. You right about that. He got to go fuck with the brothers. He got to go fuck with the brothers. He got to go call PBC and hope that PBC is going to sit down and do a deal with him. That's his only hope. PBC got a couple fights over there for him. They got just the Rolly. They got Rolly. They got Tank. They got a few fights over there for him. But he is not going to be making nowhere near what he could have made with Turkey. So my whole point, bro, is like, bro, this was just still a dumb move you got, and you better hope that the brothers want to even fuck with you. You're going to be taking a hell of a pay cut. Just ask Bud Crawford. Just ask Shakur Stevenson. When they left Top Rank and they decided to take a peek over what PBC can offer them, and they sitting back like, what in the hell is this? That's going to be you. That's going to be you. You saying, what? I got to get my money on the back end. How long is that going to take? You know how them PBC checks move. Oh, you're going to get your 1.2, your 1.3, and it's going to take 100 years for you to get that back end money. Good luck with that shit. Just call up Deontay Wilder. Just call up Earl Spence Jr. So you going over there with the brothers, and you better pray and hope that they throw your ass a bone. You racist piece of shit. Fuck out of here, bro. I have never seen someone a fighter sabotage their career. This dude and Ryan Garcia have to be in the Guinness Book of World Records for the biggest sabotages to a boxing career in history. And now you sitting around here looking dumb as hell, bro. Now, I tell you another. Oh, they got Gary Antoine. See, PBC get you in there with Gary. Gary Antoine says he don't want to fight no one outside of Teofimo, Richardson Hitchens, and he had one more, and Sabril Mateus. Those are the three fighters that on Gary Antoine's list. So maybe PBC would throw you in there with Gary for that WBA. Or was it, we got the BC. WBC. There you go. That's a championship fight waiting for you. Gary would love to get hands, feet, shoulders, knees, and toes all on your ass. So go see what's up with Gary. That's all you got. You hanging on that right now, bro. If I'm Gary, I apply epic pressure right now on Teo because the walls are closing in. Unless Bob is going to throw him in there with another Gonzalez, or Bob is going to throw him in there with another Jesus or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's about as good as it's going to get for Teo because everything else got to go through Turkey. everything on the top floor, unless he goes with the brothers. PBC might want to do him and Rolly, but man, I don't know, bro. I don't know if PBC gonna want to pay this man, bro. And if PBC, if you got balls and you got morals, which I don't know, it's business, right? You stand on something and you say, nah, homie, you're not gonna offend black folks and then come on over here with us. That's what I would think, that if y'all say that Al Heyman is the stand-up guy that y'all say that y'all wonder he is, you would think that that would be the position. We'll see. We'll see. As of right now, Teo is unemployed. You might see his ass at the local gas station. At the local gas station or whatever, trying to wipe your windows off. You know what I'm saying? Man, I got that good shit, man. Spraying your windows down and shit. Y'all might see Teo at the gas station cleaning windows. You know what I mean? But it's a damn shame, fight fans. And so Teofimo Lopez finds himself outside of the Turkey Al-Sheikh club. He was only over there for one damn fight. And he already got kicked out already because of his dumb ass mouth. And it is what it is. Pudango says, yo, if Barrios wins, does he fight Rolly next? Perhaps so. I think so. I think that's exactly what probably will be up for Barrios next. That's well said, Pudangles. I think if Barrios beats Pacquiao tonight, a Barrios and Rolly fight is definitely well on the agenda. Two Latins, one Aztec warrior and one Latin. PBC gonna see dollar signs. They've made Barrios into some sort of attraction, putting them on certain kind of cards, keeping them on television, putting them on Jake Paul undercards. I mean, they've actually behind the scenes, they're like a little secret little project with Barrios, and it seems like it works. And so, yeah, I think that him and Rolly just makes way sense for PBC, and I think that's what definitely be up next. It's a unification fight. It would just make sense. You know what I'm saying? For those who don't know, I'll just put it right here on your screen so y'all can just kind of see what I'm talking about. I'm sure most of y'all do, but just to, see what I'm talking about. Mario Barrios, who's the WBC champion, he wins hands down. He's going right here. Rolly Romero may get elevated once Jaron Ennis, I guess, relinquishes WBA. If he gets elevated to full WBA super, yeah, we're gonna have a Barrios and Rolly unification. Right now, Rolly and Barrios can't unify. Keep in mind, fight fans, WBA regular championship cannot be unified. I'm gonna say that one more time. WBA regular championship cannot be unified. So it would take for Jaron Ennis to fully submit this WBA, and Rolly got to be elevated, which that can happen. WBA and PBC are tight. That can definitely happen for that to be a unification fight. So let's make sure that all kind of lines up. You know what I'm saying? Real spiel, but good stuff, man. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff, man. Vince says, oh, she's older and inactive. Yeah, that she is older and inactive, but at the end of the day, bro, I can't hold that against her. You know what I'm saying? I look at it like, listen, she asked for it. She knows her age. She know her capabilities. She's been asking for this, and she put a number out there, and they met the number. Laila don't accept, and as much as it would pain for me to say this, I'm going to have to call Laila Ali a duck. I don't want to do that video, fight fans. I don't want to have to do that stream. I don't want to have to do that video. I don't want to have to put the word Ali and duck in the same sentence. Laila, please don't make me have to do that. I don't think that she would do. I think she takes the challenge, fight fans. Inactive, older, 47, doesn't matter. 15 M's. She don't take that shit, bro. That's gonna hurt me. It's gonna hurt my boxing heart, man. It's gonna hurt my boxing heart. Damone says, yo, main man, Boo said that he made last fight at 147 easy and was on weight 2 days before weigh-in. Then why catch weight at 152 instead of fighting Dev at 147? Riddle me that. My thing is, no, man, look, Jaron Ennis, he's not, dog, we got two eyes and we can see that for ourselves. He is not fighting at his full potential right now, bro. Like, it's just not it. He is not going to sit around and let Devin Haney try to make a name for himself off of on a 70% Ennis. You know what I'm saying? I can't say that Boots is somehow afraid of Devin freaking Haney, right? And he's going up to bigger monsters. That don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? What he is not trying to be is what happened, say, with Mario Barrios and Tank Davis. And I can respect that. Boost is not going to let these boys come up on his name trying to take advantage of him. We've seen this many times in the past, and we know how this, normally when the fight is over, no one cares. No one brings up the fact that he was taken advantage of or so on and so forth. Look what happened to Devin. Devin should know better than any damn body. He should know what happens when you approach a fight at a disadvantage, how that looks. He should know better than any damn body. So, nah, bro, I understand what y'all saying, man, but nah, man. Look, I got Keith Thurman calling out Boots. I got Keith Thurman out here just yelling and screaming Boots names. Let's you know what, before we do Keith though, hold on. I must make just another small pit stop real quick. Speaking of the Haneys, I forgot we are talking about the Haneys. I seen this drama unfolding out around boxing. It's all over the place. And that is the fact of Devin Haney and Brian Norman now, who they are going to fight. And I think this is all theatrics. You know, this is all theater. They're making some big noise about VADA testing. And so Bill Haney is out here trying to make it like, yo, you know, we have no concerns. It's all about black excellence. It's all about trying to do the right things and set the right precedences. To the untrained eye and to the untrained ear, that sounds great. That sounds like the right thing to do. I'm with him there. Bro, we should have stringent drug testing, 24/7, 365. I'm with it all around the board. But y'all know that Bill ain't just being like this way just because he's just want to be a good guy. This is Bill freaking Haney. You know what I mean? So when boxing fans, especially the fans of Brian Norman Jr., they're looking at is you got a situation here where you got Bill Haney is demanding that VADA testing start immediately on Brian Norman Jr. However, Brian Norman is out of the country. He's on vacation. And so Bill Haney is saying, I don't care if he's on vacation or not. We can just send VADA goes everywhere. You can be out the country. It don't matter. They'll come to where you at. Just let them know where you at. And on top of that, Bill is requesting for the other test to get done. The one that we know that is damn near impossible to beat. Not the required VADA testing, but the extra. So what the Brian Norman Jr. fans are sitting around asking is it required? Is this a requirement? Like, does the contract state exactly that it has to start now, or does it say that no, it has to start by a certain date? And so according to the Normans, they're going to start testing on August the 1st. They're going to test. They're not saying that they're not going to test. Now, keep in mind, the one thing that the Normans are hanging out there, which made my eye raise up a little bit, is that they have not been tested by VADA. They don't know nothing about VADA testing. This is the first time around that they have been tested by VADA. And that makes me go, oh shit. Are we sure that it's cornbread fed, fight fans? Or is it clenbuterol fed? Riddle me that. Now, I have no reason to suspect Brian Norman Jr. of nothing. Neither does the Haneys. Except they're looking at his power and they're saying, no. Got hitting awful kind of hard. I mean, he wiping people out kind of easy. Ain't never been tested. He's out of the country all of a sudden. And word is he went on 2 vacations, fight fans. Something seeming a little fishy there, according to the Haneys. And they left this on his social. Bill left this on his social media. He says, you leaving the country don't stop no drug test, champ. VADA go everywhere. You know that. We offered to start today and even pay for it. But now you talking about August and vacations. You said it will be a clean ass whooping. Cool. Let's start with the clean ass test. According to Brian Norman, that's at the bottom right there. I am about to go out of the country. Oh, sorry about that. I'm about to go out of the country all next week. And when I get back, it's damn near August. So I said, let's start then. Your boy will be okay. This will be a clean ass whooping. So what I believe that Bill Haney is insinuating without insinuating is that he think that the boy owns something. And maybe even cycling on and cycling off. It's like that's what he's insinuating. Y'all know how that go. Saying without saying. Y'all know this is the Haneys we talking about. Now that puts me as a guy who loves to talk about safety in boxing and want to see the best safety. That put me in a real bad position though. I got to give the Haneys on this. They little manipulation shit got me a little stunned right here because I do agree with what he's saying. I don't think that you wait weeks upon weeks or whenever you ready to start. I think that if you know you're going to fight someone and it's all said and done, all of the bells and whistles are done. And this is a Turkey fight. So all of the bells and whistles are done. And according to Turkey, all his shows got VADA tested. All of them. So the show is definitely going to go on. No matter what you see online. This is a Turkey show. They're not going to back out of a Turkey show and piss Turkey off and risk that relationship. That's just, I don't care what the Haneys are saying. Oh, we won't fight. Oh, we won't do this. For those who know, you know. The fight is going to happen no matter what. I think even Bill came out at one time and said, you know what? The fight is going to happen no matter what you're seeing online. This is a Turkey show. So if he's already paying for drug testing, it seems like what Bill wants is to go a step further, have it start earlier, and maybe even do the other tests. Now, to try to draw a line in the sand and make it like, oh, well, if you don't do this, then this ain't going to be no fight. If you believe that, then you are a casual. You know what I'm saying? And that's fine. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But I'm just letting you know, if you believe that, then you are a casual. The Haneys don't have that kind of control over this matter. They're going to have to be at the show just like the Normans are. But like I said before, bro, I actually agree with the Haneys. I would love to see 365 testing for all fighters. That's my position. And we know that Devin Haney does 365 testing. I listened to their little back and forth that they had, and according to the Normans, according to the Haneys, they've already started testing, but the Normans let that be clearly known that, listen, they only being tested now because of the 365 testing, not because of the actual testing for this fight. And so the Haneys are looking at it like, yeah, that's the right way to go. And I agree with that. I actually agree with it. Manipulation or not, fight fans. If they have a inkling that maybe this kid can be on something and he moving kind of funny, going out of the country and all of this other shit, if they feel this way, I think they should have the right to get to the bottom of that answer. I know that might seem a little off-putting, and y'all may say, yo, he just using this as a reason. But he right. He's right. The day that a term sheet or it's off the ground and the sanctioning bodies know, everyone knows, the fight is happening. Testing should start immediately. Not 2 weeks after it's been signed, a month after it's been signed, 2 weeks before the fight, or no. That shit should start immediately and randomly. All day. Not to mention, I did hear the Normans state in one of the back and forth that they had, I think it was on TBV, and he stated that, we do take supplements. We take some GNC shit that he came out and said. And I'm thinking to myself, that's how it stopped, bro. That means you telling people that you are in the business of taking something. Most fighters will come out and say, I don't take nothing. Because I don't want you to think that I'm even open to taking anything. I don't do no pills. I don't do no needles. I don't do no drinks and shakes and shit. I don't do none of that. That's how most fighters would approach it. But you told the public that, we take certain supplements. See, that to me makes it in my mind that you already down to take things. That's enough. And if something go left, the first thing that you're going to say is, it was the supplements. We know, we've heard this before. And so I think that the Haneys are right here. I think that they got a point, bruh. They got a freaking point. Now, I hate to agree with Bill Haney. Lord knows I do. Y'all know I don't be agreeing with no damn Bill Haney. But I got to admit, in this case, he got a point. And so them Normans, you need to start this testing like yesterday. But according to Turkey Al-Sheikh, man, he's going to have VADA tested for this show and all of his shows. And so I'll believe Turkey Al-Sheikh. It would be nice, once again, to see everyone taking that extra test that VADA does that these guys, they got to pay for out of their own pockets. The one that Eddie Hearn championed, I always give him credit for it. That's the test ain't nobody beating, and that's the test that the Haneys want. You might say, well, main man, they only acting like this because of the Ryan situation. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. They can have PTSD all they want. It's called you live and you learn. And yeah, somebody got over on us once, that ain't gonna never happen again. Say I got a thing. Say I got I'm traumatized. You can say whatever you want, but ain't nobody gonna get over on me again. Devin had full advantage taken of him from Ryan Garcia. And he's seen what that feels like. And he ain't gonna go down there. Floyd did it. Ain't nobody question Floyd. When Floyd was running around telling about everybody had to do blood and urine Olympic style testing, that was a new term at the time. I was here to cover it. Floyd was telling her, oh, you got to do Olympic style testing, when technically it's Olympic style, but it was a trash ass test. But either way, you got to do Olympic style testing, blood and urine. That's how Floyd would tell you. Ain't wrong with Haney's doing this, bro. This can honestly be a good precedent set in the sport, but we know that Bill ass is manipulating the whole damn thing. Y'all know Bill is going to be Bill. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it pushing though. So we'll see how that all works out, man. My thing is, I think that it doesn't matter. It's a lot of good hoopla, good build-up talk. Whether or not the Normans take the test immediately or not, it's not going to stop the fight. And as long as they know that they're well within their rights, that they ain't got to do shit that the Haneys is talking about, as long as Turkey is happy, that's all that matters, fight fans. That's all that matters. Speaking of Turkey, I heard that Turkey also pulled out of the Chris Eubank and Conor Ben rematch. He's not dealing with that no more neither. So Turkey ain't playing, bro. He only dealing with what he want to deal with. What does that mean for Eddie Hearn?
You got a real one in here now. You got a real one in here.
What does that mean
Y'all
for
got
Eddie?
a real one in here now.
What does that mean for Eddie, bro? That's a huge fight for Eddie Hearn. And Turkey ain't gonna pay for it this time around. So Eddie, are you gonna pay for Eubank versus Conor Ben? Riddle me that, man. Riddle me that. So let's get on, man. Last and final story, fight fans, for the week. And I want to talk about Keith One Time Thurman. My main man, Keith. My main man, Keith is back, fight fans. Keith is back. Let's get this out the way. Old scoop ball head ass Keith. Hey, I'm sorry, fight fans. Did y'all see my man here in the latest interview, bro? Oh, Lord. Keith, let it go, bro. You should have just kept the damn braids, bro. My boy is walking around looking like a lemming. Like he got a little poof ball on the top of his head, bro. And it actually got a part on the side. How do you have a poof ball at the top of your head with a part on the side? Lord, I'm looking at Keith like, Keith, let it go, bro. Just go with the ball look, bro. My will. Just let it go. Just let it go, Keith. But Keith is out here now, sick and tired of everybody playing with his name. Keith is out here now. I guess the money started to run low, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But Keith ain't playing. And Keith is now starting to say names. He's starting to laser in on he want the big fights. Keith is letting it be known that, listen, if you send me a right offer that has the right numbers on it, I don't care who it is, I'm willing to do it. Keith is trying to save face from the Earl Spence Jr. situation and letting it be known that, listen, I accepted the Earl fight and Earl walked away. Well, we know how that went. He accepted the Earl fight after Earl lost to Terrence, while Earl was negotiating with Terrence Crawford. And remember, Earl ended up in another car accident and that wrecked him and Keith Thurman fight. But, you know, he turned down Earl for quite a few years. But either way, Keith is letting it be known that, listen, I ain't ducking no smoke. I want the Boots smoke. Now, Boots should be looking at this, licking his chops. Now, I just defended Boots a little while ago about the Virgil stuff. Now, that defense may not last for the Keith stuff. I get it. You and Virgil are waiting on belts and stuff like that. That shouldn't be the case with Keith. Keith is just a name. And if Keith is telling you he want to fight now, the same way that Barrios and Pacquiao is fighting, I would think that Boots would take this one. And Keith is talking super spicy. Super spicy. This has been the most thorough version of Keith that I've seen in quite some time. This is the Keith that I remember. This is the Keith that we took all the way to the top back in the day. Real spill. It gave me flashes of the old Keith fight fans. So we're going to listen to just a little bit of audio of some of the stuff that Keith had to say, man. Let's listen in real quick. Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Boots didn't want Timo. Boots doesn't want Ortiz. Hey, Boots, what do you want? Yo, hold up. Champion. Hey, champ. Champ. Who do you want? You want champs or you want chumps? But someone told me the other day that he was saying he wants to move up and get 2 tune-ups? Undefeated champion getting tune-ups?
Keith is talking that talk. Keith is talking that talk. But Keith, they're going to look at you and say, hey, you had to fight Brock Jarvis. You fought Brock Jarvis. Yeah, he is asking for 2 tune-ups, Keith. You right. You right. But those tune-ups are not going to be easy tune-ups at 54 because it ain't no easy fights at 54 like that. But Keith, I mean, look, you just letting it be known. I'm hoping that now Boots change that 2 tune-up talk to, oh, I'll fight Keith Thurman. Keith is right about that. If you ain't got nothing to do and you calling his name, I think that this fight need to happen, fight fans, all day.
Did you pop your bicep tendon? Did you twist your ankle, bro? What happened? Oh man, look, you beat Stanley Otis, but you don't feel comfortable at 147? Hold it down. You was holding it down, pimp. Hold it down. But you want to come up, and then you don't want champs. You want chumps. You want tune-ups. I'm confused, man. Boots.
That hurt. Boots, you got to answer that, bro, because this has been the most that Keith has called you out ever. You have been waiting for Keith to say your name. And all Keith has done has thrown crap on your name. All Keith has done has, no, I need 10 million. Oh, he's the new blood. Oh, he ain't ready. And then now Keith is letting it be known crystal clear. You are rolling with Turkey. PBC sent David over to Turkey. They sent Rolly over to Turkey. They sent Puello over to Turkey. What makes you think that they won't send Keith to go after that money that they can't seemingly find for Keith? If they can't find it, more than likely they are willing to send Keith to where the money is at. So the question is, if he's calling you out like this, Boots, the ball is now in your court, bro. It is all the way in your court. Real spill. So let's hope that my man Boots answers this call, because this is one I can't defend him against. We could talk about Virgil. We could talk about why he didn't fight Devin. But I have nothing as to why he would not fight Keith Thurman. So I'm expecting for Boots, Bozy, YSM, one of y'all up there, to put this on wax on how you feel about the Keith Thurman call out. Because this is real, bro. And Keith ain't playing. Y'all got the money, man. Y'all got the name. Keith will be the biggest and most recognizable name that Boots has ever stepped into the ring with. Keith has only got 1 loss to Manny Pacquiao. 1 loss. Folded Brock Jarvis ass like a taco. Boots, what are you going to do? I wants to know, fight fans. Now, of course, also, there's others answering this call. You got Charlo, who caught wind of this during this interview, and Charlo called in during this interview that Keith was doing, and Keith had to address Charlo. Keith is letting it be known he want anybody with a name. He'll take the Sebastian Fundora Zoo winner. He'll take Earl Spence, and he claiming that he will take Charlo. So let's listen in to a little bit more Keith and Charlo.
Nigga right here, babe. What's good? Hey, calm down. Calm down. Relax. Okay, let me take a break.
Relax. Take a break. I know I give you a little anxiety, make you a little nervous and shit. It's cool, big Thurman.
Let me let them see you.
One day at 154.
One day?
Yeah, because you ain't got your feet wet anyways. What belt you got? What belt you got at 54?
What belt you got? See, what I tell you, they don't want Thurman without a belt. They don't want Thurman without a belt. They don't want the smoke.
Well, let me stop right there. So the first thing that Charlo is saying to him is be calm, be cool. Well, you ain't even got your feet wet yet. You ain't even got yourself a belt. And this goes back to what I was saying earlier about Boots and Virgil. You know what I'm saying? That's why you notice the first thing that Charlo was checking for is you ain't got a belt. You ain't got nothing for me to win. You got to get something that makes yourself attractive. You know what I'm saying? Not to mention with a belt, that changes everything. So Charlo's even letting it be known to Keith, like, brother, we can do something. But homie, you gotta get some hardware first. You gotta make something happen. But Keith is right. He looking at Charlo like, bro, you ain't got one neither. You get one then. But Charlo got a belt in recess or something like that, right? He's like the champion in recess. But he's probably looking at it like, I'm champion in recess, so I can make a run for that belt at any time. See what I'm saying? So for you to trump that, you need a belt, bro. You know what I'm saying? But Charlo, why the hell would you just call him up just to tell him some shit like that? Why you ain't just call him to say, let's fight?
They don't want the smoke. They don't want the smoke.
Hey, I was at your fight when Haley knocked you damn near out in the amateurs.
No. Do the count. Do the count. I beat Hatley twice. He beat me once. Do the count. Do the count. Nobody did. And I got up. Thurman gets up and Thurman fights. That was one of the greatest amateur fights you ever seen in your life. Don't lie.
These boys are arguing back and forth over a common opponent in Charles Hatley, in which they both, Keith fought him in the amateurs, and we know that Charlo fought him as well in the pros. And they just going back and forth about, I guess, a common opponent. So clearly Charlo is looking for some type of connection to Keith. Like, yeah, I should fight you because of this, because clearly you ain't got a belt. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. It's like Charlo just looking for a talking point to talk his way into this. Like, bro, you should have just called up and just been on some, like, I'm ready to fight now type shit if you going to call up. Don't call up to tell Keith to hurry up and wait. That is the dumbest waste of time. That's what you did to Terrence Crawford. That's exactly, see, your ass then came out of hiding now, Charlo. You won't say Bud's name because you know better. But at the end of the day, this is the same crap you did to Bud. Bud come up to 154 looking for your ass and you telling him to hurry up and wait. I don't be understanding this about Charlo fight fans. What is this hurry? If you going to call Keith up, call him to say, let's do it. Let's make it happen. We both on PBC. We can both call Al. We can both call Louis the Cubist. And we can both sit down and make it happen. But you want to call and talk about what happened in this man in the amateurs and he got to go through all of these steps and all of this shit, bro. Another hurry up and wait conversation. What is wrong with you PBC fighters? Charlo, what is wrong with you, bro? Why you got to keep telling fighters to hurry up and wait? Bud Crawford got Spence walling on the ground, climbs up on the turnbuckle and looks in your direction, and you like, hurry up and wait. I'm going to retire. You done been on a 2-year-long vacation since Bud Crawford and came to 154. So what's up, Charlo, man? Are you really about that or you just talking?
Don't lie to yourself. And it was one of the greatest fights. I might have lost. See, I lose in great moments. I might lose in great moments, but I fight. I don't run around the ring, dance around the ring, look like a scared little. I don't look so scared. Why'd you call me then, son? Why'd you call me if you don't want me to talk? Why'd you call me? Huh? Then punch me in it, son. Not to. Come on, do it. Get off the couch. Stop.
Man, I agree with Keith, man. I agree. Stop running your mouth, Charlo. That's all you doing is talking, bro. You talk too much. You talking about Keith the talker? Bro, you call Keith up just to talk. You ain't calling them up. Keith, like, look, offer me something. Come punch me in the mouth. What we gonna do? You calling me just to talk. Just to hurry up and wait. I feel you on that, Keith, man. Tell that fool to stop running his damn mouth and let's get it on.
Stop being lazy. Stop being lazy. Stop being lazy. I'm not lip wrestling. I want to fight. You lip wrestling. You don't want to fight. You don't want to fight. You don't want to fight. You want me to stop making you look bad. You want me to stop making you look bad. You want me to stop stating facts. You want me to stop stating. That's why you stopped throwing punches when you fought. When you fought a real one, you stopped throwing punches. When you got dropped, you don't get back in the fight. When Thurman gets dropped, he come back in the fight. Tell him.
Man, that ain't nothing but facts. Keith is destroying Charlo. Lord. That ain't nothing but, he is destroying Charlo right here without throwing a punch, fight fans. Charlo ass get in there with Canelo Alvarez and treats Canelo like he's Johnny Cage. I need your autograph. I don't want to hurt you. I don't want to punch you. I'm just here to collect my check and go and talk. I'm just here to talk to you, Canelo. I didn't come here to fight you. I came to talk to you like I'm talking to Keith. I'm a talkaholic. He got in there with Canelo and turned into a straight up pussy. Lions only, turn into kittens only. And Keith might have got dropped by the good senator. He might have got dropped by Manny. But there's still fight fans to this day that say, yo, main man, Keith made it back to his feet and fought his ass off in the second half of that fight and could have possibly won it and had his hand raised. Meanwhile, we look at Charlo like a joke. You went in there for nothing. You must have really thought that Canelo only showed up to talk like you doing to Keith. Rap-a-lot records.
What does Thurman do? What does Thurman do? I've been dropped. I come back in the fight. Yes, by Hatley. That's one. Go ahead. Tell me how many times I've been dropped in my career. Count them. You want me to tell the people? You want me to tell the people how you used to be a Keith Thurman fan? You want me to tell the people how you used to be a Keith Thurman fan? I'm the realest in this game, son. I state facts. I know you love what I do. You told me face to face when we was all team Heyman. We was all team PBC, bro. You told me to my face.
Wow. Let's see. I think that's pretty much all a good part of it. Let me make sure.
Couch. Get off the couch. Stop being lazy. Stop being lazy. I'm not lip wrestling. I want to fight. You lip wrestling. You don't want to fight. You want me to stop making you look bad. You want me to stop stating facts. You want me to stop stating. That's why.
Man, I hope something comes out of all of this, fight fans. I would love to get Keith Thurman versus Charlo. That fight is lit. No belt needed. Even though he asking for a belt, these are two names. They've already been champs. This will be a old school grudge match. And something like that may not need a belt, but Charlo may still want that belt. You know what I'm saying? I want to stop for a second and give a major salute and thank you to the one and only super chat of this entire stream. Thank you, my friend, and thank you for being in my corner. You know what I'm saying? I really appreciate it. Salute to Baltimore and Lord J-Mo out there in the super chat. Thurman versus Spence, asks Lord J-Mo. And that's a good question, bro. That's a really, really good question. That's another big fight for Keith Thurman. If I'm Earl Spence Jr., I'm cutting in front of all of this and coming out kicking up super dust for a Keith Thurman fight. My thing is, if Earl doesn't come back during this time to kick up dust with Keith, Earl ain't coming back. I think we can just let it go, fight fans. At this point, it ain't happening. This is Earl's rival right here. This is the fight that can bring Earl $10+ million if they was to do it. And Earl is nowhere to be found. Keith Thurman having to look at Charlo, having to look at Boots, when Earl and Keith was right there. This is the fight that I wanted for Errol Spence Jr. more than anything. This is where he should have went towards right after Terrence Crawford, instead of looking at Zoo and all of that stupid shit, giving him a high ranking that people was frowning on, like, how is he number one in the WBC all of a sudden? Like, he should have been going towards Keith. You know what I'm saying? This is the fight that the fans wanted to see. So now, if you asking me now, Thurman versus Spence, I'm going to have to lean towards Keith. At one time, I probably would have, went back. I was leaning towards Earl because Earl was the active fighter. Earl was seemingly wanting to fight. But now, Keith is the more active fighter. Keith is nowhere nearly as damaged as Earl. Now, the only thing is about Keith is just his work ethic and staying focused. But in Earl's case, the injuries, the bad psyche, you know what I mean? Maybe his psyche is healed, I'm sure, at this point. But the last time we've seen him, bad psyche, the injuries, the one-dimensional fighting, like, I would have to go to Keith. And even when they were in their prime, like when Keith was unified at 147 and Earl had just got the IBF, when they were the best versions of each other, I was leaning Keith. But as time progressed on, Keith's injuries started to pile up, then I started leaning Earl. But now, today, I'm back towards leaning Keith. Keith beats Earl. Keith is a mover. Keith is a boxer. Keith will commit. Earl will have to deal with the dimensions of Keith, like he had to deal with the dimensions of Terrence. And if Earl is going to be one-dimensional and try to break Keith, who we know Keith is weak to the body, so that's the big thing, right? Keith is weak to the body, man. Earl can capitalize off of that. That's always been the one thing. But I don't think that this version of Earl is going to even be able to do that with Keith no more. I just think that Keith is going to be on it. You know what I'm saying? Keith is more active. Keith seems to be more motivated right now. And you could say whatever the reason, man, he's just doing this because he ain't got no more money, or he spent all of the Pacquiao money, or whatever you might want to say. Money is the biggest motivator for all fighters, all of them. So that's a dangerous thing. That's not a bad thing, fight fans. If a fighter is starving and they're hungry and they need more money, that's a dangerous opponent. When you tell me that, that's giving props to that fighter. That's making me go, oh, that fighter got a chip on his shoulder. He trying to feed his kids. Y'all better watch out. His money running low. He's starving. And that's what Keith may be at right now. Keith is like, I pissed away these last few years. I haven't been taking things serious. My money was good, but now, much ain't been coming in these last couple of years. So it's time to put my foot back on this gas. We were real close to getting Keith versus Zoo. And Keith got injured in that situation, remember? Keith may not still be all the way put together, but I do think that he's hungry. I do think that he is hungry. I do think that regardless, you might want to say Keith play games, Keith won top, that hunger might drive Keith to do what he need to do. So I'm going to lean towards Keith Thurman right now over Earl, bro. Earl, to me, still kind of broken. And until I see a more whole, complete, rejuvenated Earl Spence, I do think that, though, with each passing week that he's out of the sport or away from the sport, it is doing him good. The last thing I've been seeing, the last few videos I've seen on Earl, he look happy as hell, bro. And that's one good thing, man. He's doing push-up challenges. He's spending a ton of time with his family. He's pretty much making the main thing the main thing. And I ain't mad at that. You know what I'm saying? That may be healing for Earl Spence. So we going to wait and see. But from what I see right now, I would definitely be leaning towards Keith. Now, Keith and Charlo, 50-50. I'd probably be 50-50 with that. I'd be 50-50 with that. Yeah, I'd be 50-50 with that. And I don't believe in Charlo's words no more. They're not as thorough no more to me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like Charlo can talk that shit now. They just don't have the same effect no more. After what I seen in that Canelo fight and after I seen how he ran from Bud, I don't know. I like Jamil. I'm always going to be a fan of the Charlo. And I love me some Jamal. But at the end of the day, bro, it's just like, I don't believe him no more, bro. Like, I just really don't. I really don't. And so Charlo and Keith is 50-50. But Keith and Earl, I'd lean Keith. You know what I'm saying? I'd lean Keith. Orlando says, yo, Earl said that he let me just say first off, thank you once again, Lord J-Mo. Thanks for that support right there, man. And I really, really appreciate that, bro. Orlando says, yo, man, Earl said that he would never fight Keith in the past, but times have changed. He needs to humble himself and sign that contract to fight Keith. The loser retires. I agree. And you know, Earl shouldn't want to live with regrets. Earl, listen, you got your answer when it came to Terrence Crawford. Win, lose, or draw. But you still be content with the fact that you got your answer. You don't have an answer for Keith. I mean, we can guesstimate, but you don't have an answer. And Keith is a walking $10 million fight. Keith is literally a walking $10 million fight, plus $1 million fight. So, I mean, you're right, Orlando. He got to drop that position, bro, because Earl, where he's at in his career, not to mention just his biggest rival, he got to settle this shit. Don't let Bud Crawford ruin you to the point, brother, you don't even want to get in there with your own rival, bro. Like, what did Bud do to you? Bud, you got to stop, bruh. You got to stop, Mr. Crawford. You got to stop this, bro. Are we gonna lose Canelo too? Like, everybody that Bud beat, bro, they just got to be all messed up after the fight, bro. Like, Bud, you have to stop this. The hell is Julius and Dongo winning belt after belt and then don't win no more? How does that happen? How does Sean Porter never been stopped and then he gets stopped and then retires? Like, what is that about? Earl Spence is never the same. Victor Postal, Olympian, big threat. Oh, the invasion of the Ukrainian, and he was going to be this great boxer that outboxes everyone. Folded. Bud, you got to stop, brother. You got to stop. You know what I'm saying? Hey, and listen, to all of the Bud haters and detractors and critics out there, listen, y'all got to slow down because it's y'all fault. It's all of y'all fault. Y'all keep winding Bud up with these dumb talking points and questions and making Bud forced to perform. And look what happens. So the more do you haters and critics talk, you are setting a bad thing up for your favorite fighter. That's all I'm saying. And I got so much proof that it's coming out of my ears. Don't challenge me on that because you would lose. So I'm just saying, fight fans. Like, damn, bro. It's really, really, really messed up, man. Really messed up. Fighters are not the same after they fight Bud. They just not, man. They just not. Anytime that Earl is saying, I don't want to take the $10 million, I can't take the $10 million fight. I'm not interested in boxing. I'm just not interested. Like, bro, what world am I living in? What world am I living in? This was the same dude who was anxious to become undisputed and all of this other shit. Keith Thurman, even Keith, when he was faced with the prospect of a $10 million Bud fight, said, hell nah. And you notice that Keith doesn't even mention Bud nowadays. Keith will talk about everybody under the sun except Bud Crawford. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, he'll talk about Bud and say the past tense of some, but when faced with the question about Bud, you don't see him calling out Bud. You don't see him looking in that direction. Nothing. He's not going to do it. Bud is the biggest boogeyman in boxing. Salute to my main man, Ron Boy Fresh. The biggest boogeyman in boxing. I like that. Real spill, man. So this is just, I have never in my life seen nothing like this. With that being said, fight fans, I'm going to get ready to clock on up out of here, man. You know what I'm saying? I want to say thank y'all once again to everyone that came on through tonight and rocked out. Oh, should I say today? I said tonight. Damn. Today and rocked out with the homie for this episode of We Talking Boxing Live, fight fans. Thank you so much. I had to get this episode off the ground, given that I had missed Thursday's show. You know what I'm saying? So I think we covered pretty much most of the boxing happenings for this particular week. Y'all enjoy tonight's fights. I will be doing immediate reactions for tonight's fights. I may do a live commentary for Gary. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I may do a live commentary for Gary, but I think the rest we may be just doing reactions to Tim Tszyu versus Sebastian Fundora, and of course the main event tonight as well, Manny Pacquiao and Mario Barrios. Also Triple D versus Oleksandr Usyk. We be looking out for a reaction for that as well. And if I do, all of my reactions tonight will be live. So y'all come on through, check me on out, and after your favorite fight, come on through and hear a cool ass recap. So y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. Go run your errands, get them out the way. Still midday out here in the DMV. Still enough time to go take care of what you got to go do. Thank y'all very much. I see y'all a little bit later. Have a blessed day and enjoy tonight's fights. To the next video, fight fans. Peace out.
You are now listening to Ice Line Beats. You are now listening to Ice Line Beats.
I respect it. Yeah. I don't believe it. 3-time undisputed. Ooh, I'm just saying.